Good evening. Oh,
Evening.
Evening, everybody.
it's still a hot day. I went out to the garage and started just fiddling with a couple of things, and oh man, I was pouring down drenched.
Yeah.
It's so much worse in a garage, and it was cooler today. It was like 85, 86. I don't know why that seems cooler, but
Cooler than me.
It was
yeah.
a major relief today. I think we topped out at 80,
Oh wow.
and it stayed cloudy and breezy all day, I guess, from the storms they're getting off of North Carolina and South Carolina.
How's your weather down there, Eric?
We had a lot of overcast today, but it's still sticky. Not it's there's a change though. I can feel the change, but it's
Yeah.
it's still not, where I'd like it to be.
Yeah.
As
You're
soon
starting to see the sun
Yeah.
go down a little earlier.
as soon as it gets cool enough.
Oh, yeah.
When is the time change thingy?
This was the 18th of November.
Oh, is it all the way in November? Okay.
I think so. I could be wrong on the date, but I think it's like the second week.
Okay.
I thought they were trying to get rid of that.
I heard the same thing, but it's still here. I don't know.
Yeah.
That they say spring ahead and fall back.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just ready for the
Yep.
coolerness,
That.
so I can go out and work and not. I think the pills they got me on, the sun reacts with it or something, because it's just, I'm like, I can't understand why I'm drained when I go out there and start working, because I'm not used to that.
Did you read the disclaimer on the prescription?
I try not to, because it puts in your head all that stuff that it can give you.
Because some of the medicines, sun is no good.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with it.
Not having any adverse reactions to garlic, are you?
Oh, I hope not. Because
maybe in October around the 31st you might, but not now, right?
Yeah, garlic. I would never make a vampire because I couldn't do without garlic. Yeah, I can taste when there's no garlic involved in a dish.
Yep.
Like, did you forget the garlic? Jeff's doing good. He's stuff going on. He's fine though. Him and Dixie's good. He jumps in and talks every once in a while. He might pop in. You never know. But a couple things I kind of wanted to go over tonight, and one thing, and I'll put it this way: I can and cannot confirm being visited by such folks, but I kind of went the same route this guy did. And I'll go ahead and play it. And I don't agree the way he treated folks, even if they are scammers or anything. I don't know. It's just not me to here, I'll just play it.
Hey, how can I help you?
Hey there, Jeremy?
Yeah.
How are you?
Who are you?
I'm Agent O'Donnell with the FBI.
Can you give your full name, please?
I'm Agent O'Donnell with the FBI.
Is that sufficient to identify as only one O'Donnell affiliated with the FBI?
In New Hampshire,
Could you please state your full name, sir?
Could you please stop recording?
No. It's First Amendment right.
Okay.
What's your name, sir?
Could you stop recording?
Absolutely not. You can show me your name and identification, or I'm going to go back inside my house.
Okay.
I don't really want to broadcast my.
Oh, this is going out right after you guys walk away.
So that's why I'm not going to.
So you can show me your name or ID. You can walk away.
We just want to talk.
I'm not going to talk to people who claim to be federal agents unless they can show me identification.
Okay. Well, you see our badges?
I need to see. Is your full name on that badge?
No.
I'd like to see something with your full name, or I'm not going to talk to you.
It's for you not to broadcast it.
This will be going online as soon as you walk away.
Well, all I want to do is talk to you about a post that was made, and if you
Well,
happen to be the one that made the
I want to
post.
talk to you about you guys coming here. Say you make a salary of, I don't know what, low 100K. You guys making six figures? Factor in 50% expenses, overhead, maybe 100% expenses. Talking about burning a couple $100 an hour just here, let alone all the time you guys are spending to investigate something that you know is not against the law, right? Like
So
you're
not
familiar with.
saying it is, we
we're
just-
So then why?
Okay, I'm just gonna stop there. The guy gets, disrespectful and whatnot, and I don't. Even if these guys are jerks and whatever, I always try to be respectful. I don't go down the same route they do. But the fact is that this is happening all over right now. And it could just be a post that you post on YouTube or wherever. The fact that they don't want to be identified on camera. If somebody comes up and say and they make the assumption that they are from the FBI, and say they need to talk to you about a post or image or a video or anything like that.
Hello, folks. Welcome the new member to the channel.
Thank you, Marshmallow Man, for being a member. I really appreciate it. The thing is, for me, I'm always going to be respectful until it's time for me not to be. And if you show aggression toward them, they'll just show it back, so to speak. The point being, again, if you see somebody like this come up, immediately get your phone out, hit a live button, record or something in that nature. Even if it gets taken down or something, as long as you can have a copy of it or something, it's just to be on the safe side. Now, I'm not saying that somebody that comes up on your door has a badge hanging down and a tool on his belt, is or isn't a 3-letter agency. But get that phone up and record and make them identify themselves, because by law they have to identify themselves. If it either by name or by ID, and some states they have to by ID itself. You have to check your own area, state and county and all that different laws and stuff. But the main thing is make sure you are recording or going live. Even if nobody ever watches it, it's just for your own protection. And until you are arrested, you don't, and even when you are arrested, you don't have to talk to them. You don't have to answer their questions pertaining to a post or whatever, because there's a lot of these agents, and there are agents that are I should say not even agents. There are private investigators being paid to go out and get this information from people that are not even with the three-letter agency. That's why you need to show ID. Or I mean, that's why they need to show ID. And if they don't, say bye-bye, I'm going back in my house, and that'll be the end of it. Because they legally they can't do nothing, especially if they don't identify themselves. And right now, these guys are on his property, and you notice one guy is carrying, the other one isn't. The other one doesn't have a badge. One does. So, yeah, just a warning. You see somebody like this come up, don't be afraid to get that phone out and document what's going on. Just to be on the safe side.
Definitely.
Yep. Especially when someone's wearing a sidearm and doesn't want to identify themselves.
Yep.
I draw the line there.
Yeah, and that's very dangerous. Especially depends what towns and stuff you're in.
Sure.
If
Oh,
you come
yeah.
walking up into somebody's property and not wanting to identify yourself, and you have a side piece,
Mm-hmm.
and all it takes is just a brush of, a hand movement down toward that, and you're not there no more.
Mm.
Oh. Yeah, but like I said, this is going on, and I don't know if a lot of it is legit, or a lot of it is somebody fishing for information and stuff. Be it for, fishing, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much all they're doing is fishing, because if they've made it to the point to come to your dwelling or your house, they know the answers to all the questions that they're going to ask you at that
Oh
point.
yeah. Well, I meant fishing as in with the P.
Oh, yeah,
The,
yeah. Okay, I got
the
you.
illegal people. Because not too long ago, I had somebody come to the house and say, "Well, we're switching your gas company, and we need your information." And I said, "Well, can I just do that on the website?" And no, we have to do it here. And I said, "Well, why?" And they said, "Well, this is the route they're going." And they said, "Well, we need your name, your address." And I said, "Well, you're already here. You don't know my address." And evidently you have to know my name because you came to this. And then they said my social security number. And I said, you know what? I think I'm going to call the sheriff and ask him if the gas company is legally allowed to come. That's okay. You can do it from the website. And they were gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Never give out your social security number. I don't care if Biden comes to your door and asks you, "I need your help. I need your social security number." No, not that he could remember that many numbers, but yeah. The other thing is the little QR codes that and I was thinking about this too, because I've seen a lot of people put them up on StreamYard and put them up on the corner for people to oh, let me see what this is.
Yeah.
The thing is, that little snap, when you take a picture of that thing could give that person control of all your information on that phone. Just from a little hovering over it with your camera.
Those things are everywhere now. I mean, even you watch commercials on TV, most of them have a QR code on the bottom.
Yeah. Put my glasses on. Yeah, there's so many things nowadays. It's a lot easier for the criminals to get one over on you now.
Yep. Scams everywhere. Email scams. Like you said, phishing, phishing scams.
Yeah.
Knocking on your front door scams.
Yeah. And that got away for a good while. And now all of a sudden it's back again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of know the reason why. It's because everybody's home now.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Nobody's, I mean, in your areas, how many bars, how many diners have closed over in the last 4 years? Because people are not, going out and into those places as much as they used to. So many places. There's a girl I watch. She's a van lifer, and she said that there's a place in, I can't remember what town or anything, but in Colorado, that she remembers her and her dad as her when she was smaller, would go there and they'd get a breakfast burrito with green sauce on it. And she, every time she would go that route to go somewhere, she would stop, and that would be her way of remembering her dad. And she went this last time, and she had to pull over because the diner wasn't there no more. And it's hard sometimes when you get that memory, and every time you go by a place like that and you stop, and it's a good way to remember a loved one, and then all of a sudden it's just taken away.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and that's happened a lot now. There's a lot of older places that are just not here anymore.
Yeah. It's hard for mom and pop places like that to absorb such a cost like that. Corporate, they can do it for a while, but even for them, it inevitably catches up. But
yeah,
especially with people's leases and rents going up and insurance is going up and all your fees it takes to own a restaurant these days.
Not to mention paying people to work there.
Yeah, hiring good help. That's half the battle.
Susie D, that is excellent advice right there. I said not too long. Well, it's probably been a while. One of the best things, and like this guy going out on his porch and meeting these people before they come up on his porch, it's technically not a good thing. Everybody should have a screen door. I don't care if it's a hunk of junk or whatnot, but that screen door is just one more layer of deterrent. And if you're sitting there, that when you come in your house, that screen door should be locked. Because as soon as somebody, if they were to get into that screen door, how do I put this? A lot of states, that's enough.
Yeah.
To protect yourself, I guess you would say. And if you're keeping it locked, and they jiggle it enough to open that. That alone, and just standing behind the door and having them ask questions and stuff. And so many people nowadays have the ring thingies, the door camera things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even the TV app brand Roku, they even have a version now.
Yeah. Let's see. What them with water, and when it rises, it spits out. Mine does in hurricanes. I'm not sure.
Put them like that.
Thermometer or something like that.
Water in it rises.
Oh, a barometer, barometric pressure.
Yeah, that's what I think it would be called.
I didn't know they had an open unit like that. I thought they were all sealed with a
Yes,
gauge.
so did I. And well, in a hurricane, those might just pop.
You never know.
Yeah.
My great grandma, she was a pretty wise woman. That was my only great grandparent I got to meet. She had a weather rock, and if she looked outside and it was white, snowing. She looked out there and it was wet, it's raining.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. All of my stuff is key to key. You can't put your hand through anything and then turn a knob or a
Yeah.
lock to open it. You got to have a key on both sides.
Always locked. Yeah. And nowadays, I bet if you talk to people in this era, like disease and the I think they're called alphas now, which I can't believe we're already into another one, but alphas say, "Oh, we never locked our doors."
Yeah.
They'd be, "What? Are you nuts?"
Well, too, back then, things that happened to people that didn't lock their doors at night, they was never reported anyway. So there could have been a lot of bad things going on back then that
Yeah.
no one knew about. So
Oh yeah. There's always going to be that that what they call it, a predator.
yep.
That's always been a thing, but we probably didn't know how many there really was.
Or
Yeah.
how many are just down the street from you too.
Yeah, because now they have to well, some types of ones have to be reported. They have to
Yeah.
report where they moved
Well, I'm
to.
not talking about that type of a predator. I'm just talking about
Oh,
somebody that's, you know, up to no good.
is that what it's called?
Hold
Okay.
on. Galatheos? I gotta put my glasses on.
Yeah, that's solar lights are
Galileo's
awesome.
thermometer. Okay.
Motion type ones that pop up when somebody walks by them.
Yeah.
And they're pretty cheap, even if it's not a bright light, that blinds the whole neighborhood. As long as the person who walks up on it freaks out, because they might think it's somebody in the house turned the light on. Okay, I'll go check it out later. They float up and tell you the temperature. Okay.
Hmm.
Oh. Another thing was, and I haven't done this in a while, and I probably should have got a bunch of the cans, but some of them I just don't have anymore. Let me find it. Because somebody asked me that a couple days ago, emailed me and said they couldn't find the video anymore, which could be possible with YouTube. They tend to like to randomly delete some of my videos. They remember me doing videos of different cans and how to store cans and stuff. And they couldn't find it anymore. So I'm gonna have to, I'll probably end up making a new one. Because there are certain ways of storing cans and stuff. Be it for preps or whatever. And there's some things that, you know, get eaten up faster than others, and then you look and you have a can that's outdated by a couple years, which depending on what it is may still be good. But this article I came by had the top canned goods, and then I'm gonna go into another one that I found, which there's a lot missing out of it, but that's where you guys come in. But these are some of the top canned meats, and this is not what we can. It's what we go buy at the store. And again, when I say this, the can that you get, make sure it doesn't have a pop top. It's really hard to find canned meat without the pop top now. The first one on the list is canned roast beef. Yeah. And again, if you can find a can of this that doesn't have a pop top, get it.
And when you say pop top, you're talking about the tab that you pull up on top?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to open it
Yes.
with a can opener.
I've seen some companies that don't have them, but I say most of them seem to have them now.
Yeah, it's very hard to find, and it believe it or not, the best way to find them is at the cheaper places like the dollar stores and
Yeah.
stuff, because it seems like the Walmart and stuff, even the Walmart brands, is all pop top. And I've and again, I think I still have that bad can just to show people. If you push on the top of the can and it goes down and back up by itself, that can's not no good. It's got gases in it from a bad batch of whatever. The next one is canned pork, and it could be in the form of the older ham. You know, the it's not really a circle; it's like an old egg
Like an
shape.
egg. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
has the can on the side. Those it's like a pre pop top, but again, if you push on it and it pops up, you don't bother with it. Um, this one I didn't even know there was a thing, but evidently there's canned bacon.
I've seen videos, but I haven't seen any in person.
Yeah, I've never seen one, and they show a picture of it, and I'm like, okay, I've never seen it. And probably the one I got the most of is canned chicken. And again,
Yeah.
very, very hard to find these without the pop top. And the pop top seems like, oh, that's a great idea. You don't need a can opener or anything. But that seal goes bad so much, and it's like 50% less expiration on those cans. And if there's any fluctuation in the temperature where you're storing it, they go bad. And the last one being, oh, well, there's two, but canned fish. Well, there's two choices here. There's sardines, which I guess if I really had to, I could eat them, but I would probably use them more for bait than eating. And the other one is canned salmon. Now, making salmon patties, I'd eat them all day. Oh, we can't forget the mystery meat. Spam. I can't forget the spam. And unfortunately, that is a pop top. You can't get spam that doesn't have the pop top anymore. Even the off brands, I haven't seen the potted or the mystery meat or whatever you want to call it that didn't have the pop top anymore. And
Dinty Moore beef stew. They had that crap back when I was in the Scouts, so that's old. I don't even know if they
Yeah.
sell it anymore.
I'm trying to think if I have seen Dinty Moore.
You say, Grace, have you seen Dinty Moore lately? Their beef stew? No. Oh no.
Yeah, I myself, I would rather have stuff that I canned up, and I know it would last a lot longer. And now that I got with this company, and seen how these lids are, it's like, wow, that those things are like really hard to break the seal.
What is dainty?
Huh?
B says that she's got it too. Dainty?
Yeah,
Yes, they have dainty.
yeah, they
Dainty
still
what?
make it.
Is it? I thought it was Dinty Moore. It's Dainty Moore.
Oh,
What? I mean,
I
okay.
thought it was Denty Moore too.
Yeah.
Maybe we've been saying it wrong the whole time.
She doesn't.
That's like the brand Castleberries we used to have here in town. We used to have a Castleberries manufacturing plant, but it closed down like 12 years ago.
I remember, I think it was at Dyer, Tennessee. They have that they have the little Vienna wieners.
Yeah,
And no, Jeff, I'm not going to call them Viagra wieners either. And that place would smell so good because
Yeah.
I worked at a grocery store. I was a bagger and stalker, so I would drive by there every day, and that I'd smell that. Eventually, I started not liking the smell of that. At first, it smelled really good, but after a while of smelling it every day, I don't know if it was just because I had to go to work after smelling it or something, but yeah. And they had spam, but it wasn't called spam. It was something else. And I remember
treat
it
me.
was a little pig on there.
Yeah, those Vienna sausages, though, you could have them for breakfast. They're
Oh
so
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Warm
Now they
them up
got
in a
every
frying
flavor you can
pan,
think of.
whip some eggs up in there.
Yeah. And I thought I would go over and these are meals. Well, I would call them kind of soup, but yeah. Um, Now you're going to see a lot of stuff missing from this, and I hope you guys can fill in the blanks because the one main thing that I didn't see in this list is probably my favorite, especially in the fall time and winter. But I'm going to go over this. This is for people who can stuff themselves. Number one is beef stew. And let's see, number two is spaghetti sauce. And they have recipes and how to do it and all this stuff, but I'm not going to go. Number three is berry jam and jellies. The next one is chicken soup. After that is bean and ham soup and American goulash, which I don't understand why that's in the list, because pasta doesn't do too good when you can it. But I was like, wait a minute, they forgot the most important jar meal in here.
Oh no!
Chili.
Don't.
Chili.
There you go, chili.
Ugh.
I was like, why is chili not in here? I mean, that's like
Oh yeah,
one of the best things.
that's my favorite thing to make in the fall. Really.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say minced meat for pies. Ugh, that's just
Well, that's not really a meal, though.
that's beyond gross. I'm sorry.
What was the different cans you just named? What was the title? What was the question? Like, why?
Is top cooked meals to keep in a mason jar
Okay,
for
I got
5
that.
plus years,
I think
or canned. Yeah.
maybe some stock. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, that's
Cabbage soup is another one. Potato soup.
like, oh yeah, I like potato soup.
Yeah.
Mm.
Some cases meatloaf. I've seen, meatloaf in a jar
Hmm.
where they put all the stuff in it and cram it in there. But that's
I like to see that.
jars that are wide mouth that don't have that little ridge on them.
Yeah.
I don't have a jar here.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That are just straight up and down.
If not, you'd have to put a wine cork in there and get it out.
Yeah, because if not, it's not going to be meatloaf anymore. It's going to be taco meat or something.
Yeah.
And that's another thing is taco meat. Or just ground beef itself.
Just can up a bunch of ground beef and just
Yeah.
make spaghetti, make tacos, have you a couple veggie blends made up that you could just add to different soups or stuff as you need it.
Yeah, and that's another one. You bring a veggie, vegetable soup. You might not have any meat to put in there, but yeah,
Oh yeah,
vegetables are better than nothing.
yeah. No, that's right.
I'm sure there's other meals that that you could put in a jar to can it.
And it may be regional. Somebody up north, they might be canning some chowders or something, or down south, somebody in Louisiana, they might be canning. I don't know. I guess you could can up some jambalaya or
Oh
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Whatever you have on hand or whatever you grow in your garden. I think most people try to grow
yeah.
tomatoes in their garden. I can do a lot with that.
Sloppy Joe.
Yeah.
Ground beef and whatever tomato stuff that you made up. It's basically this, spices, and it's a little bit sweeter than other things when you make sloppy joes itself. I think most of the recipes you put brown sugar with it and stuff. But like I said, just make up a batch of sloppy joes and just put it in the can, and then all you have to do is come up with the bread stuff.
Yeah.
96. Ooh. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, I ran out last year. I ran out of pints and started canning quarts of uh, spaghetti sauce. Now, Robert, did you just do tomatoes or did you do um, make spaghetti sauce? I even have pizza sauce too that I made in pints.
That comes in handy. I
Yeah,
love making homemade pizza.
and basically that's just you just cook it longer or simmer it longer.
Gotcha. It ain't as yeah. I gotcha. Yeah, you got to grow your own stuff, man. Because I mean, nothing beats a homemade pizza at home. But if you try to go buy in each individual thing from the grocery store,
Okay.
man,
Yeah.
it's like a 6-to-1 ratio.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to get some goats.
Yeah, I noticed there's a lot of people don't like to eat goat meat,
I
and
would.
um, that's some of the best um, taco and burrito and stuff. You can spice that up real good. I
I think
mean,
that's how
depending on the
a
goat.
real birria, like a what they call a birria taco. I think that was originally made with goat meat.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of times, chili and stuff was made from goat.
Yeah, then there's so much you can do with their milk and
Yeah,
oh yeah.
yeah. I kind of gave up on my garden. It's just the heat and the watering it twice a day, and still my tomatoes are orange and never got that redness, and you can taste the difference from early in the year than now. My peppers and stuff did good though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That was my biggest battle this year is keeping everything watered.
yeah,
If it's like this again next summer, I'm gonna definitely have to make some adjustments for sure. Man, it was just a dry summer here this year.
is that what you had for dinner tonight, Grace? She
Man,
always has good stuff for dinner.
that sounds good.
Yeah, that's on even on the canned meats. These are supposed to be the top things, and they said if you could only have one thing out of all the things there, what would be the best? And they said fish. The only problem is, what if somebody doesn't like the fish? If they
Yeah,
can't stand the taste of fish, then you don't want to prep a bunch of fish, canned fish, when nobody eats it.
maybe fish or chicken.
Yeah,
Somebody
chickens.
did. Yeah, chicken would probably be the top, probably.
Yeah, to me that nowadays probably chicken
I mean,
because
you can still
I
do a
think
lot
it's
with it.
the Nor rices that you get.
Yeah,
Um, I get two packs of those, a can of cream mushroom soup, a can of mixed vegetables, make up the rice, and then dump in a can of chicken, the
Oh yeah,
vegetables, and the cream mushroom, and you got a big pot of big pot meal right there.
for a couple bucks.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've done that before. Yeah,
and you know when they show the directions that, oh, you need milk and you need butter, you really don't. It makes it taste better, but if you're adding that can of soup or something in there, then you don't need that other stuff.
yeah, that's got all the stuff you need in it.
Yeah. Yeah, my jalapenos were on the hot side this year. Last year, to me, they weren't too bad because I made the um, cowboy candy relish, and um, I did half and half, and I thought that it wasn't it didn't have a kick to it at all. It was pretty mild. This year it's got a little kick to it.
I love jalapenos. I eat them about almost every day.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. I don't know if it's no. And I'm sure you've heard of the other reports coming out of Florida about the second assassination attempt.
Yeah,
Yeah. Here, let's see what's up here now. And I haven't seen this one yet, but and they still keep showing the same pictures. Don't they have better pictures? I want to see more detail on and I did notice that he had the black leather gloves or plastic gloves off to the side in that picture they show.
yeah.
Um yeah, let me bring this up real quick. Yeah, this one right here. And I haven't looked at this one myself, but it's supposed to be a doozy.
Sounds great. Uh-oh.
The president's okay. I think we got a full report so far. We're down there tonight. But one thing I want to make clear, the service needs more help. And I think the Congress should respond to their needs if they in fact need more services. So that's what we're going to be talking about.
Are you concerned more money or in this environment? More personnel? They need more money? What kind of help do you think?
I think we need some more personnel. I think they may decide whether they need more personnel or not. Are you concerned?
Yeah, he's talking about Secret Service needing more. They need more help. uh,
Mm.
is that for tomorrow, Grace? Or did he move it up to today? I haven't checked. Yeah, every time he talks, it just you think about how much less money that you have compared to 4 years ago. Yeah, that's the main thing. When you have the sheriff down there saying, "Oh, there's something going on here," how did he come up with this thing, and how did he know Trump was going to be there, and all that information? Yeah, it's pretty bad when you have the sheriff speaking out about it.
Did you see the video of the Time magazine? Not the video, but the cover of the Time magazine.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, that's interesting right there
It
too.
is interesting.
Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, the 17th. That's what I thought.
Of course, it's the 17th. Why not?
Can I show what?
Right here.
Yeah, I can't believe we still haven't beat 2,754 reaction. If you're wondering what a reaction is, when you click on the little heart down in the bottom corner of chat.
I can't do it while I'm on the.
Yeah,
only
no,
do
we don't have it here.
Yeah, we do.
not in StreamYard.
No, just use your phone.
Oh, I know, but I mean we don't have it in StreamYard. Where was that other at? Yeah, and I already showed the body cam and all that stuff. I think pretty much the rest of that is.
Ain't no telling what that guy's deal was or what was going through his mind.
There's a lot more to that than
Oh yeah,
meets the eye.
there's always more questions than answers when those type of things happen.
Oh yeah.
There was an ex-assistant director from a 3-letter agency. I think he was on Maria Bartiromo this morning. And this isn't speculation. This is what he said. These are his words. And he said, if that was an unannounced putt-putt trip for
Last minute.
Yeah, for Donald John. How did this guy know where he was going to be? Now, this is an ex-assistant director.
How last minute was it? Like hours?
Yep, not even.
Not even hours.
No.
It's
He gets up and does
like
what he wants. He's the boss man.
yeah, I've got 6 hours before I have to take a flight. So to
So he's
speak.
making that happen within an hour.
Yeah, so I've got enough time to hit 9 holes.
Yeah.
And he owns the golf. I believe he owns the golf club course. So
Probably.
the thing that got me out of all of this, and it was said, Secret Service was around him, and there was one agent that went ahead, and I don't know if anybody's played golf or whatnot, but the area is huge. If you have to walk, say there's 2 par 5s, that's a long ways to walk to look.
Oh yeah.
Every little direction to see what's there. The fact that there was one place where there wasn't
A wall.
cement wall
Mhm.
that was an actual chain link fence, and there happened to be somebody there.
At just the right moment.
Yeah. Yeah, it's.
I guess when a group of folks are about to be exposed for a lot of bad things, they get desperate, and that's just my opinion.
No, we
You
need
can
to
get
find
them
it.
anywhere, Grace. People that commit crimes don't buy pew-pews legally anyway. So.
Yeah. And we'll say it this way: if they do, it's really fishy. If they use their own. And with that,
Oh, she's funny.
Donnie, we need to do another debate. All right. I've been busy. I've been on the campaign trail. I want a rematch, and this time, I have some rules. Don't interrupt me. Don't tell me I have real estate on Whore Island. I know where all my real estate is. And don't, for the love of God, say Kamala. It's Kamala. I'll see you there.
My fellow Americans, we are doing it again. MAGA Meme Coin. These are tremendous people. I've known them for a long time. They are hosting another debate on September 12th between yours truly, your favorite president, the greatest president, and the cackling hyena. She'll be coming out of hiding just for that debate. That's how talented and highly respected MAGA Meme Coin is. We're looking forward to beating her again and performing very well. The last time got tremendous ratings, the greatest ratings. That's because I did so well. We're looking forward to winning, and we are looking forward to making America great again. Believe me.
Hey guys, this is your man, Real Deal, Steven Steele. Listen, if you thought tonight's presidential debate was something, well, you ain't seen nothing yet, because this Thursday night is going to be part 2. Yes, the second MAGA Meme Coin presidential debate featuring the world's best Kamala Harris impersonator, Esti Pelty, and the world's best Trump impersonator, Sean Farash. They're going to go toe-to-toe. The first one was absolutely wild, but this time we are going to be live streaming it exclusively on X. Yes, it's going to be on video, moderated by Jackie Dutton and yours truly, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Link below. Make sure you bookmark this post. Don't miss it.
yeah, it's a little late. It's undone over with, but you can go rewatch it. It's kind of funny. They have it all set up to where it's like those two going at it. Yeah. Let me see if I can find that. Seeing if there's anything else that he has the Harris Biden bumper sticker on his work truck too. What? I didn't know they. Oh, they actually did. Huh. I don't know if you guys remember this, but the OceanGate Titan, the thing that went down in the bottom of the ocean that had some rich people on it.
Yeah,
and,
Subway.
Imploded. Yeah, they found the wreckage today.
Come on now.
Yeah, Well, here, let me show you some of the pictures. Oops.
I
Find
got
the
some
right one
questions
here.
about that.
Yeah. And I don't know. I've seen movies, and when something implodes, it's not one piece anymore. I'll leave it at that. But this is supposed to be it.
It doesn't look like implosion.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to say. I don't really know what I'm looking. I know what I'm supposed to be looking at, but
This is part of it on the bottom right there in the water.
I forget when that originally happened.
3,707. That I know that's deep, but that's really not that deep compared to some of these subs. But then again, this was not a very tested sub thing. But yeah, this is supposed to be the wreckage that's left over. I don't kind
Wow.
of see both of them together there. Almost looks like they just split open.
It should look like a crushed tin can because that's the pressure would have pushed it in.
Wow, that was last year, June 18th of last year.
Wow. Took them a year.
Man, it doesn't seem like that long though. Seemed like we were just talking about it this year. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
so you're
you
telling
don't
me
see
that
the capsule part.
these group of billionaires got together and built a device that couldn't withstand it, but then somebody else could come in and salvage their wreckage and be okay. Man, they should have hired them guys to develop their technology. You know?
Yeah, I don't. And that's unless there's more of it. I don't see the capsule part where they were in. Where it showed them getting in. You don't see that part.
Yeah.
This kind of looks like maybe the sides or the tail end of it.
I think Pappy said the Coast Guard said that was just the tail section.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
Sure, ain't no telling where the other half could be, how far off it could be from that piece.
Well, that's the thing. If it imploded, it would
It's
just
all over.
Yeah, it's uh
I think someone's got an underwater recording of that thing cracking and blowing up.
yeah, the Coast Guard was or the Navy was listening as it did its thing.
Mm.
Man, you couldn't pay me enough money to get in that thing, I promise you.
Nope.
And you probably wouldn't be able to fit in there anyway.
That's a plus. I don't meet the requirement.
Yeah, I think anybody over 6 foot are not
I'm
allowed
too
to be in
tall for
there.
this ride.
Yeah.
That is a thing.
That's one atmosphere I do not need to be in
Oh.
down there.
Yeah, I promise you, I would
What
never
life
get in the submarine.
You're gonna have to skip this one. We can't fit you in here. Darn it.
Just give me a life jacket. I'll just paddle my way somewhere. That could be the last resort. I'd take it naturally. No, not getting in the sub.
Oh, interesting. I didn't see this one, or is this the one I seen? Oh, yeah. never mind. I'll go ahead and play this one if you guys possibly haven't seen it, but more than likely everybody's seen it. And of course, they got to show it on CNN. So, and I don't know. He kind of, what is Johnny Mnemonic? That one movie.
I can also share with you that he was the subject of a previously closed 2019 tip to the FBI where it was alleged he was a felon in possession of a firearm. In following up on the tip, the alleged complainant was interviewed and did not verify, I repeat, did not verify providing the initial information. The FBI passed that information to local law enforcement in Honolulu. On behalf, I can also share.
Yeah.
Man, he's got an agency voice.
Now all of a sudden they're doing their job. Okay, right.
Let's see if I can find him.
Huh, 4:20 p.m. Get out of here.
It's 4:20 somewhere.
That's what it says at the timestamp right there.
Yeah. Okay.
Movies. I can't remember the name of the movie, but if I see it.
You talking about the Jake Gyllenhaal movie?
Not to know.
I'm thinking of the name of it.
Oh, there it is.
Looks like it could possibly be a Dexter. If you ever seen that show.
I can't. Oh, I got to do the image. Dang it. Because if I do the video, I get in trouble for it. So let me find a good. Oh, let's do images. Why do they always make the images so small? Okay. You see this guy? Kind of. And I'll have to blow it up, but that's the first thing I see.
Oh yeah.
The same guy, Johnny Mnemonic.
Yeah.
I ain't seen that movie in a long time. I don't think I've seen it. Yeah.
I'll throw some dark shades on him. He could be Agent Smith.
He would put codes in his brain. He had some where he could store a code or something, if I remember right.
Almost kind of like a prequel to the Matrix in a way.
He's still, they're supposed to be in a part 2, and he said if he wants to make it, if it ever comes around, that it's makeable. And there was some good actors in this. Let's see. Cyberpunk action film.
Huh. And then when they made the game Cyberpunk, they used him. You know how they make the characters look like real actors.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in all type of movies.
Yeah, some pretty good. Yeah, I was wondering if I was actually hoping that storm or tropical whatever it is would actually make it up here into Ohio, so I get some rain. But because our grass here reminds me of Arizona grass. If you pick it up and rub it, it disintegrates.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay, this is interesting. Okay, you guys want to listen to Trump? Let me see if I can find it. Oh, start listening. Yep, Trump. It's not coming up.
Things behind. So the agent did a fantastic
not
job.
him
The
here,
civilian
it's
did a
this window
phenomenal
right
job.
here.
A woman. I mean, who would think you could take 1,000 times like that? How many people would have the brain power to follow him and
Not
take
many.
pictures of the back of his truck so that they end up getting, and the key was the license. So they got the license, and after they had the license, you know, there's all sorts of technology where they can literally pinpoint where this truck is. I never knew something like that existed. And
you guys hear it okay?
They pinpointed him.
Yeah, I can.
They got him with a high-speed chase. So they got him. It was amazing. So Secret Service did a great job. And I think I can say honestly, the sheriff's office, law
there you go.
enforcement, everybody really did a great job. Very
Incredible.
happy about that.
That's incredible to hear.
Thank you.
And backup question to that second fold is, you know, this was the second attempt in your life in under 2 months. What do you make of that?
Well, there's a lot of rhetoric going on.
Right.
A lot of people think that the Democrats, when they talk about threat to democracy and all of this, and it seems that both
Is this live right now?
lefts,
Yeah.
the first
All right.
one, they should learn more about. They have apps that they haven't opened yet, which is pretty strange. And the father went out and got the biggest lawyer in the state of Pennsylvania, which is pretty strange, about the father of the shooter, which was the one in Butler, the first one.
This is not Trump
That's
over
pretty
here.
strange. There are a couple of pretty strange things going on there. I can say this: the Secret Service
It's
was very
this,
brave
this window
in the
over
sense
here.
that
is
bullets
what
were
we're looking
flying,
at.
and they. When I went down, I purposely went down. I saw what was happening, and people are probably screaming. I'm not sure if I recognized that, but I went down, and Secret Service, they were right there with bullets flying right at them, and they weren't hit. But 3 other people were: Corey, a firefighter, and 2 other gentlemen who they thought died. And actually, the doctors in Butler were unbelievable. They saved their lives. And we've actually raised a lot of money for the families and family of Corey and the 2 gentlemen. And they both lived. They thought they were dead. The first thing I asked when I came up, I said, how many people are dead? Because we had a massive crowd. And with all those bullets flying, so 3 got hit. But there was a great display of bravery. I mean, it was incredible. Normally, the crowd experts will tell you when they hear bullets, and we heard a lot of bullets going off.
Right.
A crowd would. This was a massive crowd. You couldn't even see the end of it in a big field, and that the crowd always runs. They call it a stampede, like cattle. I mean, they stampede, and a lot of people get killed when they stampede. But they hear bullets, but nobody ran.
They all
Nobody.
stayed.
You know, tens of thousands of people. Nobody ran. In fact, you can see it in the small group behind me. There was a group of probably a couple of hundred people behind me, and nobody ran. In fact, they're standing up. Some of them are standing up looking for the shooter. The other one has to get credit to local law enforcement. There's a gentleman that shimmied up to the roof, saw the man with a gun, and probably made him go faster than he would normally go. And so He didn't exactly hit the target the way he wanted. There's something going on. I mean, perhaps it's God wanting me to be president to save this country. Nobody knows, but when I made the right turn, it's very unusual because the people weren't on the right, the people were standing out in front of me. When I turned my head at an exact 90-degree angle, the bullet came zooming by and clipped my ear. And the reason so much blood, they told me at the hospital, I said, why so much? The ear is the bloodiest part of the body because of cartilage. He was giving me a whole description. I said, you don't have to tell me, but it was a mess. But amazing bravery shown, amazing talent, like the doctor saving the two men that were hit. They were hit really badly. I won't tell you exactly what happened. They were hit badly. And they both lived. Corey didn't make it. Corey was in bad shape. We had a person from the National Guard about 10 seats over from Corey run to his aid, and he was hitting the head, with all of that, was giving him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation because he was still alive.
Wow.
And people couldn't believe it. They thought it was such an incredible act. Who would do it? It would, just an amazing thing. And we're going to take care of him too, because just the fact that he could do it, and some other people. So it was amazing bravery. And there was a mistake made, a bad mistake. That one building was unmanned on top.
Very.
And that was a mistake. There's nothing you can say about it. But that was some crazy day. And then yesterday you had another one with a different result. Actually, much better result, because we lost Corey and two gentlemen were very badly hurt, but they're in pretty good shape now.
Right.
A lot of talent. Those local doctors up there had tremendous talent.
Love to hear that. Well, this is more of a personal question.
Okay.
Just turned 30 last week. We were just chit-chatting outside the room here. Young entrepreneur, son, aspiring father one day.
Mm-hmm.
With all of your success, you have a wonderful family. A couple of your sons are actually looking at us right now. You have a wonderful business for yourself, a wonderful life for yourself. You could be on the golf course without worrying about gunmen coming at you. But after multiple attempts at your life, you're still here. You've already been president of the United States of America once. You're about to be president of the United States of America again.
I hope so.
We hope so. Why do you do this? What motivates you?
So we have a country that's in trouble, a country that I love. I love the people of this country, people like Corey, who were just this massive Trump fan and he got hit. But people like that, they're in love with the country and they hate seeing what's happened to the country when you have 21 million people pouring in from all countries all over the world, from prisons and jails, from mental institutions and insane asylums. Insane asylums, and they are different. Even prisons and jails, they are different. One's a little more severe than the next. They're coming in as terrorists, and they're coming into our country at levels that nobody's ever seen, and they're taking over our towns, and they're taking over small cities and big cities. I mean, look at New York, look at Chicago, look at LA. Tens of thousands of these people, and they're rough people in many cases. I mean, they are rough, tough people. Venezuela gangs. If you look at Aurora in Colorado, you have a governor that doesn't know what he's doing. He's petrified to be there. He doesn't know what to say. I mean, they're literally taking over real estate. They're becoming real estate developers in a much different way, right? They're taking over buildings. Everyone's afraid of them. And they have a big AK, talking about AK-47s. That's what they have. They carry massive guns. You say, where would they get this kind of power? And they're vicious people. They're gang members from Venezuela, largely, and known as being one of the roughest gangs anywhere in the world. You have MS-13, which is a bad gang, and you have these guys. And we're going to clean them out. We're going to get them out. But the bottom line, just to answer it quickly, I love the country. We're going to make America great again, and we'll be able to do it. We did it once, and we'll do it again, and much easier this time. The border is in much worse shape than it's ever been. This is the worst border there's ever been in any country. They have not done the job that they have to do. I mean, you have Kamala, she was the border czar. I call her the comrade because she's a Marxist. She wants to tax everybody out of business. She wants to raise taxes to 70, 80%. She wants an unrealized capital gain tax, which is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Nobody's ever even heard of such a thing. And they'll put everybody out of business. We'll end up in a depression if she gets in. And very simply, though, we're going to make America great again, greater than ever before. And I love doing it.
Being from Canada, I can probably relate to what that means.
Yeah. You've got some problems.
A crypto entrepreneur based in Montreal here, so it's it's not always the best feeling as someone who's trying to build something out of nothing here. Speaking of which, I'm wondering now. I know this is quite different, right? But I know many people in crypto feel this way as we're trying to change the financial system. Quite literally, we're trying to change things and make a difference, but it always feels like there's some sort of a force against us. In your case, do you feel similarly that there's a force out there to get you?
Well, you have a radical left force, and we have forces. I say that we have a lot of evil in the world. The world is a nasty place. And you can see that with some of the things that have happened. We've been treated, I think, very unfairly, but I've done so well. It's an amazing country in some ways, but we have evil forces. You have the outside forces with the enemies, and you call them Russia, China, various places. I don't know that they're enemies. I think we'll get along great with China. I think we'll get along great with Russia. I want to get Russia to settle up with Ukraine and stop this. Millions of people being killed, far greater than the number you read about. But I want to get that done before I even take office. I want to get that done as president-elect because it has to be solved. Too many people dying. Too many cities are just in rubble right now. You look at the culture is just being destroyed. Mm-hmm. We got to get that done, and I'll get it done. There wouldn't have been an October 7th. There wouldn't have been Russia attacking Ukraine. There wouldn't be inflation. All this inflation, which has hurt people so badly. You wouldn't have had that horrible type of withdrawal. We were getting out of Afghanistan, but with dignity and strength. That was the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. And frankly, Russia would have never gone into Ukraine if it weren't for that. They looked at that and they said, this country is no longer run by Trump. This country is run by stupid people.
Pushover.
And we have a great military. I took out ISIS in 4 weeks, and everyone said it was going to take 4 or 5 years. I took them out in 4. Our military is great, but you have to have the right leadership running it. So the bottom line is that it can be nasty. But it's only going to get worse. If I don't win, it's only going to get worse. It's going to get really bad. We'll end up being Venezuela on steroids. We'll end up in 1929 type depressions. And we have to make sure that this person doesn't get in. This is far worse than Biden. That was if you think of it, that was an overthrow of a president. He won. He had 14 million votes. He had no votes. Crazy Nancy Pelosi walked in, and some of the others, and they said, we want you out. He said, I'm not going to get out. I want to run. I was leading him by a lot after the debate, but still he had the right to run. And they literally, it was a coup in the truest sense. This was the first coup of an American president. And I think it's, look, I don't say fair or not fair. He was very nice today. He called up to make sure I was okay, to make sure that, do I have any suggestions or anything? Mm-hmm. We do need more people on my detail because we have 50, 60,000 people showing up to events, and right. Other people don't have that. But he couldn't have been nicer. But I thought he was treated really unfairly. He went through a primary system, he won, and then they threw him overboard. And she got no votes. She got no votes. But she'd be very bad for the country. We have to save our country. We can't play games, or we can't have a Marxist communist president, because that's not what it's all about. So we're going to do it, and we're going to make our country greater than ever before, and you're going to be happy, and you're going to love your crypto. And as long as you have crypto, you're happy. So I know Absolutely. What makes you happy. Nothing else but crypto.
Yeah. I mean, when the Twitter Spaces was officially announced and that you put the tweet out, a lot of people were like, well, who's this Farouk guy? And obviously, a lot of people started digging into this Farouk guy, and the main reply that was that I'm just this crypto bro. But you know what, Mr. President, I am a proud crypto bro. And it seems like you're starting to become one of us, if not already. I know for a fact that your children are quite involved in the space. I mean, we have Baron, Don Jr., and Eric on the Twitter Spaces right now. Eric and Don Jr. here, who will be joining us a little later on this programming. But get into crypto now, because I already see the people on Twitter Spaces really eager to hear you talk about this. At the recent Bitcoin conference, you mentioned that, and I quote, America should be the crypto capital of the world. Yeah. That was a big statement, and I believe the correct one. So why is it not right now?
Well, I think it will be right now. Right now, you have a very hostile SEC. I guess you'd have to say, I don't know, when you say administration, do you call it Biden or do you call it Harris? Nobody really knows what to call it, but maybe we'll say a combination of both. But they've been very hostile toward crypto, toward all of it, and extremely hostile, like nobody can believe. Nobody even understands why. My attitude is different. If we don't do it, China's going to do it. China's doing it anyway.
They are.
But if we don't do it, we're not going to be the biggest, and we have to be the biggest and the best. And you know, when you look at values, and when you add it all up, the value of this whole thing is bigger than they were showing me. The top 20 corporations and all of this, the numbers are just gigantic. It suffers from some credibility lapses. I mean, some things were done or not done, but it's very young and very growing. And if we don't do it, China's going to do it. If we don't do it, other countries are going to do it. A lot of countries would like to be in a position. We have the advantage because it's us. But you have a big advantage because it's me, because I do believe in it. I also know a lot of friends that are really into it. And my kids, I mean, Barron knows so much about this.
Right.
Eric, and Barron's a young guy, but he knows it. He talks about his wallet. He's got 4 wallets or something. And I'm saying, what is a wallet? Explain this to me. But he knows this stuff inside out. And Eric and Don know it so well.
They do.
It's almost like younger people know it a lot better than older people. But I have a lot of respect for them. They've shown great judgment, all of them. And I think you're onto something. You're onto it a lot sooner than most people. You know, it's sort of like it's a fledgling business, and yet it's a massive business, but it has a chance to really be something special. And when I do things, I notice a lot of crypto comes in. People pay with crypto.
Oh, yeah.
And you didn't see that even a year ago, 2 years ago. So I think it's really, it's big, and yet it's a fledgling compared to what it will be.
And I love that you're mentioning your children and how Barron is using his wallet. Similar to me, I'm trying to teach my mother how to use it. I send her one ETH every Christmas, one ETH every birthday, and same for my little Zoomer brother, who probably is in Barron's age category. So has learning about crypto from your children had an impact on you?
Well, it makes it easier, and it's sort of like a language. You know, I have a beautiful granddaughter, Ivanka's daughter, and she is Arabella. She speaks perfect Chinese.
Wow.
And their other 2 children, 2 great young boys, they speak perfect Chinese. They learned it when they were 2 and 3 and 4 from a nanny who was Chinese.
That's impressive.
And she was from China, and she would teach Arabella. When President Xi was here, President Xi couldn't believe it. She walked up to him and had a perfect conversation. And I said, so how did she do? He said, as good as any 10-year-old girl in Beijing. I remember that statement. I mean, she speaks it perfectly, but she learned it at a very young age.
Wow.
If you're going to learn, if it's China or Japan or any language,
right,
it's not that easy to do. No. But as a child, it's almost like a natural. So it's a little bit like that, I think, with crypto. Now, I think crypto is a lot easier,
right,
if you want to know that. But there is a learning curve. And yeah, my kids really understood it, and they understood it pretty much right at the beginning.
Yeah, we were chatting with Eric in the back, and I was like, "Whoa, okay, this is really awesome."
He knows. Yeah.
Oh, we're about to hear all about your son's crypto endeavors and how much they know about it, which is really cool. You know, I just came back from Asia. I was at the Korea Blockchain Week and WebEx in Japan, and over there, and at the moment, everybody's in Singapore tuning live to listen to us live on Spaces for Token 2049. What's impressive in the East is that crypto is not the future, it's the present. Whereas when I come here and in Canada and North, it feels like I'm being taken aback. So the question I have for you, following up on what I was asking earlier, is why is it so important for America to lead in cryptocurrency adoption and innovation?
Well, it's crypto, it's AI, it's so many other things. You know, AI, speaking of an interesting future, it needs tremendous electricity capability beyond anything I've ever heard. It never made sense to me, but this is what it needs. If you take all of the electricity coming out of the US, in order to be dominant in AI, you need twice that amount, just for this one thing. Who would think that? You need twice the electricity we already have. And you got to get started. I mean, you have to be, if you're the US, you have to get started.
Right.
You don't want to be left in the dust. And China's already building electric plants, and they want to build them for, for the AI, and it's very important. But you need tremendous electric, and in this country, because of our strong environmental impact statement problems that we have, China doesn't have those problems. They don't do them. They just build. They said, build over here,
Right.
build over there. With us, you have to go through years. But I'll make it possible to create tremendous amounts of electricity very rapidly. But people don't know that. People don't know that you need double the electricity of what we already have. So you want to get in, whether it's crypto or AI or other things that are coming along, and it's part of the game. We want to have a great country. We want to stay at the top. We're making things now. We're starting, and it started under my administration, that there was no chance of ever even getting involved in for a long time.
Right.
And we're leading the pack in so many ways. One of the things I'm very proud of is Space Force. We were getting lapped in space by China and by Russia. And now we are the leader in space. And I have to tell you, Elon is doing a fantastic job. He's my friend. He endorsed me for president, like so strongly. It was incredible. But he is doing an amazing job with respect to space. When you look up, I think somebody said he sends 90% of the rockets sent up throughout the world are his.
Huh.
And you got to hand it to him. He's something.
He definitely is. Wish he was here, but at least we're using his. We'll get him. We're definitely using his platform to do so, and I'm sure there's a reason for that. So, to create this future we're talking about, right? Like, there's a lot of American entrepreneurs, founders in crypto that need to sadly leave the country because it feels like at times we're being treated like we're not really welcome to build companies here. The CEO of our company over at Rug Radio was actually debanked earlier last year, but we'll get into that later. Do you think it's important for America to have a legal framework for crypto so that businesses can thrive and survive here?
I do, and they should have certain safeguards too. Maybe somebody would say that's a bad thing to say, but no, it can't be totally freewheeling. And I spoke to some of the big crypto people, they want safeguards, they want certain safeguards. But it's a very hostile environment right now. From what I understand, the SEC has been extremely hostile and really going after people. And I think, frankly, since they heard I was involved, they've treated people much better. Maybe they view it as votes. But people that were under serious investigation for having done nothing wrong are all of a sudden allowed to go free. And I really believe that's because they see, this is a very big market. This is a very powerful market. Very. So I'm glad I helped. If I helped, I don't know, maybe I didn't. But the SEC has been unbelievably hostile. The one thing is that if for some reason bad things happen and we don't win the election, those people that were under investigation and that are free as a bird right now, and people that weren't being looked at in the crypto world, they will be living in hell because it'll start the day after the election if they win. And I view it differently. I mean, I just view it that we have to be the top no matter what we do.
Right.
Chips or anything else. We were really starting to go with the chips. We have to be number one. And I think AI is really important, but I think crypto's one of those things we have to do. Whether we like it or not, we have to do it.
It's really, really cool to hear it from you in person. We've only heard it on TV, in newspaper, etc. But it feels good to know that a presidential candidate and someone who is already president of the United States of America feel this way about cryptocurrency. I'm sure myself and a lot of people in the industry are relieved to hear that. And now we'll see what the results are in November. But on something a little lighter now, I remember the day your NFT collections came out. That was super cool. So I host a morning show called FOMO Hour with my friend OSF and Mando and now Tyler. And so we were live on air when the link dropped. And so it was the very, very first collection. There was a chance to have dinner with you. And I remember just like scrambling to buy them. We're staying live. We stopped the show live on air to thousands of people like, no, we got to buy these. We're going to buy these. I got to spend $25K on this. Let's go. Right. Let's do it. Which is another cool thing about people in crypto, right? Or there's crypto bros that they call. And so we're trying to buy these things. And it was just so electric and crazy that we actually failed. But hey, I guess that's a good thing because the collection, ended up selling out. And then you ended up doing, you ended up doing that 3 times over. Can you tell us more about the success that you have had with NFTs, but also like, did that surprise you?
Well, I got in very late. And NFT was considered cold. I mean, to be honest, it was a cold industry. It had its day a few years before, as you probably know. But when I did it, I said, what do we have to do with anything else? And it's playing cards and some beautiful artwork and other things. And we went out with 45,000 NFTs, and it was amazing. We thought it would take 6 months, maybe a year to sell. It sold out. I don't want to get myself in trouble by saying exactly the first day, but pretty close to it. It was like almost immediately.
It was quick.
Yeah.
I mean, we failed every transaction.
Right. Almost immediately. And then we did a second one likewise. And then we did a third one. And then we just did a fourth one. And I asked the people from the first three, I said, well, do you want to have us do? Because, they have certain, they have very big pride to start off with. But I said, are you going to, if we do a fourth one, does that affect you and the ones you already own? Because some people bought a lot of them. And some people bought one. And they're all very happy, really happy. I said, does it affect you? And everybody, it was like sort of a phone poll, just like, and everybody wanted the fourth one, which surprised me because you would think they wouldn't want the fourth one because maybe it waters down their own pieces that they have. And they did. They wanted it, and they wanted it badly. So we did a fourth.
Chat right here.
Just did it recently, and I think it's just about gone. It's amazing.
See my
and
mouth.
One of the things I know, the crypto played a big role because they paid.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we're not getting checks with dollars. We're getting crypto.
It's instant.
Instantly. Yeah. It's been, and that taught me a little bit about what you love. It taught me something that was incredible. We did the NFTs. It was so cool. People said, don't do it. Don't do it. You're not going to.
I'm sure.
And we did it, and it sold. Literally, we had anywhere from 6 months to a year, and I think we did it in a day or something.
So it was
that. Right?
It was quick. Yeah. It was quick, and you know what? It was fun. That's
fun.
what it was.
It is fun.
It was a lot of fun. So I'm aware that you probably have a million things to get to. So I kind of want to finish off with a couple more questions for you, Mr. President. So first and foremost, were the NFTs a big part of the story, of your story, of how you came to see the value in digital assets?
A little bit, because so many people paid this way. If they didn't, if they would have been paying in dollars, I would have said, that's standard. I would have assumed. And I was blown away. I wasn't overly interested in it, to be honest, but I did ask, like, what percentage was taken between Bitcoin and all of the other things, but through crypto, and it was a massive majority, and I was a little surprised by that. And that was a while ago now, and it opened my eyes. But I think my children opened my eyes more than anything else. Wow. And plus, I have a friend on my right who's a very smart guy, and he's not quite as young as his fantastic son, who we were dealing with, Alex, and all of them. But he knows a lot about this stuff for a man of his age. He's still pretty young, but for a man of his age, Steve Witkoff knows a lot about this.
He definitely does. And he's sitting on your right. We're about to get to Steve Witkoff. And for everybody in the audience right now, if you're listening to us live, hang tight. I have one more question for Mr. President. And then we're going to be joined by Don Jr., Eric Trump, and the World Liberty Financial teams, and Corey and everybody, the advisors around it. So we have quite the programming for you. But Mr. President, one last question that you may or may not have answered with your last answer here is, so if there was one thing that got you to see crypto differently, what was it?
If it was what?
One thing that got you to see crypto differently. What was it?
Well, maybe the NFTs. You sort of brought that up because I was surprised again at the percentage of them that were sold through that form. You could do a new form of currency. You could call it anything you want, but that was. I think it was also the level of enthusiasm that my young sons have for this. Pretty young guys. I mean, one's extremely young and two are pretty young, right? But the level of enthusiasm they have for crypto.
Yeah.
And also, just to add a third element, I have a lot of friends, very smart people, some very smart people, and they're believers. So it means something to me.
Well, I appreciate that. And I appreciate you. Everybody hang tight, please. I will go to Mr. Witkoff in a second, and we'll be joining by the next set of guests. But Mr. President, it's an honor. Thank you for having me. And honestly, the fact that you've done this the day after a second assassination attempt means the world to me. Just just a little 30-year-old boy from Montreal that, started from just hosting Twitter Spaces, now hosting yourself. So thank you for allowing me to do so.
Great job. Great job. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I didn't know that was going to be popping up. A lot of people don't follow the crypto part of it, and that's what he is mainly at. But we did get a couple questions about the second attempt on him.
Yeah. I lost a tooth.
You lost a tooth?
Wow.
There we go. We'll put a funny on here. Let me share this out. Yeah, I seen that pop up and I was like, what? Trump's live? I have to see what this is. Okay. It's a funny time. Let me rewind that a little bit. Evidently, the husband is watching his wife paint, so do you realize what's going on? She can't figure out why that part of the wall is darker. It's the shadow from the railing.
Yeah. That's pretty bad.
And the husband's not saying anything
No.
either.
He's getting that Edith Bunker moment on film there.
Yeah, wonder how long it'd take. And would you believe? Let me share this. Hopefully it's not too bad because I know what she's talking about. So Clintons?
You know who this is right over here in the American shirt, right? Do you know who this is? First of all, it's a chef, Chef Jose Andres. Do you know who that is? Smart Farming with Jose Andres and Secretary Hillary Clinton and President Bill Clinton. No. He was just cooking for Kamala not that long ago. He's a humanitarian chef who works for a company called the World Central Kitchen. And they go around the world and they feed third world countries like Haiti and soon America if we don't get our shit together. How does something like this happen? So he was in Ukraine because there's a war in Ukraine and, he's the humanitarian kitchen guy. And apparently the would-be assassinator wanted a picture with him while he was also out there pushing for America to get more involved in Ukraine. Look at all the Ukraine flags, right? And he just spoke at the Clinton Global Initiative meeting like a week ago.
Interesting.
And yesterday was the anniversary of Greenpeace.
Oh. Huh.
Man.
It's going to get more complicated.
Yeah. And
that's why they always say you're only 9 people removed from anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And there, a lot of people want us. You remember the last guy that took a shot at Trump? Well, they they found all a certain colored rock
Yeah.
that he was involved in, and everybody's wondering if there's going to be a trail leading to that certain colored rock, which I can almost, it won't be long at all, and more than likely somebody's already found it already.
I mean, I think just that little clip you just showed right there could lead to a lot of connections.
Oh yeah.
Those type of people only turn over so many rocks, you know?
Yeah. Let's see here.
Don't want that chef cooking for you. It might be your last meal.
Well, you notice there's been chefs or cooks
Yeah.
in the news with these families. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. One didn't make it because he was drowned oddly. I'll put it that way. Okay, there it is.
Ratatouille.
Okay, so we don't have vineyard chicks tonight. It says they won't be live until the 23rd. Okay,
Today's
something
date.
must have come up and they changed it. Yeah. Chefs that can swim really well too.
Glad I didn't go into the culinary arts.
Yeah.
I mean,
bit on the spooky side.
I guess it's like a barber. They hear it all.
Okay, we got anything else new on here? Oh, would you look at this? Huh. It made the news. It
Please
just
don't be
popped up
Georgia.
on the news. I'll go ahead and show it. Yeah. Oddly enough.
Dude, it's just one big algorithm at this point. I mean,
and that came out at 7:40. I played it like 5 minutes after 7 after I started. Huh. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, and there's this. It says Biden and Trump held a cordial conversation after the second assassination attempt. Yeah, after the second one. But yeah, Trump just said that they had a nice conversation.
Pat Evans. Oh man.
Let's see here. Let me try to run through this real quick and see. How to press Congress, Secret Service foiled the second attempt. Shots were fired at. Well, see, that's is according. Oh well, there's a video. So let's just watch the video, so I don't have to sit there and read all that.
Got some live action.
I think we're already seen this, but well, evidently that. Mute
Hey,
it.
when they give you 30 minutes of coverage, will begin shortly.
Yeah. Well, looks like an hour and. Oh, here we go.
Okay, guys, you ready? Little rules of the road, like we all.
Oh, we don't get no voice.
We are going to give you, when I say we have a representative from the FBI, from the Secret Service.
Are you serious?
From the state
Turn your
attorney's
mics on.
office. We are going to give you everything we have.
You can hear it.
All right. So when we get done,
You can hear it?
think about
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah.
We're not going to take a lot, and keep them to the information that you heard.
I
Don't
don't
get
hear
into what
anything.
ifs, and because of this, we're not going to go there. All right. So keep that in mind, and we'll be. So here we go. All right. 1:30 this afternoon.
That's odd.
Call came out, shots fired. That was called in by the Secret Service. Because we're in constant contact with them all the time, we were notified of that, and we had units here that immediately sealed off the area. Fortunately, we were able to locate a witness that came to us and said, hey, I saw the guy running out of the bushes. He jumped into a black Nissan,
Yeah,
and I took
we
a
already
picture
know
of the
about
vehicle and the tag, which was great. So we had that information. Our real-time crime center put it out to the license plate readers. And we were able to get a hit on that vehicle on I-95 as it was headed into Martin County. We got a hold of Martin County Sheriff's Office, alerted them, and they spotted the vehicle and pulled it over and detained the guy. After that, we took the the witness that witnessed the incident, flew him up there,
Yeah,
and
we
he
already
identified
seen
as the person that he saw running out of the bushes and
Yeah,
jumped
this
into
was
the
on
car.
this morning.
Now,
Yeah,
in the
that's what I
bushes where
thought.
this guy was,
And it's really weird that I can't hear it, but you guys can. It's supposed to
Yeah.
be new information. Yeah, it just come out at 6:40. It said, I don't know.
So what's everyone having for a snack tonight?
I'm gonna make a drop cake.
Drop cake?
I
Dump
went and
cake?
got some
Cake?
vanilla ice cream,
Oh boy.
peach. I'm gonna do a peach one.
There you go. I'll support that one.
Yeah, hopefully I still have a stick of butter in there. Because you have to have butter. It doesn't work without butter.
Right. Caramel Haagen-Dazs for Grace. That ain't right, Grace. I don't have any. It ain't right.
Oh, that dude's name is Johnny.
No way.
That FBI guy.
From earlier?
Yeah.
See?
It just popped up, and his name's Johnny MAGA on X. Oh, that's the one that posted. Okay, I was gonna say, no way, this guy can't be named Johnny.
Johnny No, that's his name. Look, B's hitting us with lemon and wild berry bundt cake.
Oh, that sounds good. Love a good pound cake.
Coconut ice cream. That's cool.
Oh, look at the floodwaters here. Let me show you that.
Big fat doobie. Spark it up there, Phil R. What you got there? Oh my God.
That's some water there.
Yeah.
Oh wow, where's this at?
Let me see. Vienna, Austria.
Hmm.
Water still under the bridge, an arch bridge. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got some force behind it.
Wow.
Dang. I'd be worried there a little
Yeah,
bit
try
on
your
the bridges
kayak
and
down
stuff.
the road, Bush.
Yeah, I'd be a little worried there.
Yeah, I
That
wouldn't
keeps
be
up
on
for
that bridge.
long. The worst flooding in over 150 years.
Wow.
Uh, okay. Here, let's look at this one.
B wants us to sing. Oh boy.
All right, you go first.
Oh, it's got to be a group thing, you know.
My name is Rosalie Cianelli. I'm 105 years old. My days are numbered, not yours. We can't have another 4 years of this administration. You please vote for President Trump. He's the only one now that can turn this country around. We are in dire need of a new administration. My name is Rosalie.
That's from a 105-year-old.
Man,
Bless you, honey.
Yep.
105. She seems to be doing pretty good.
Yep. At least she got some smarts.
Right.
That should say enough right there. Smarter than a lot of people on the other side. That's the thing that gets me is a lot of people say, "Oh, Harris, I'm voting for Harris." Why? What has she done? It's silent.
Got a long ways to go to make it to 105.
Yeah. They fixed the economy, and I'm like, what? Like 4 years ago, eggs were under 99 cents for a dozen. It's $4 and $5 now in 4 years. Stuff hasn't gone up that much. Oh man. It's such a long time.
Oh, B's sad now. That's terrible.
Huh?
$7 for 18 at Aldi's. Wow.
Yeah, see it's
Is that
now
free
these are
range,
cheap.
Grace, or is that the cooped up ones?
My cats sing happy birthday to. They're all passed out. 5 o'clock is dinner time for them cats.
Yeah, they're living their best cat life.
Yeah. And then
Eat medium eggs. I gotta have at least extra large eggs. Them or jumbo, one of the two.
Oh, I can't. And there used to not be small eggs.
Where did these small eggs come from?
Yeah,
quail.
Some of them things are so small. It's like, what are they giving these chickens?
I know I
Are they
didn't get that
starving
much bigger. I'm saying, yeah, they're giving us quail eggs.
Because I remember there was large and jumbo. There was no medium. Where did a medium come from?
Medium chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, so. Yeah. Mm. Give me some
Small butt,
ostriches.
small eggs.
Just have one egg and just be done with it.
Oh boy. Wall's his wife. Oh boy, she's a strange one. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well,
Did you
that's it.
turn the page? In her eyes, I was like, is she possessed or something? He was going, I can't even do my eyes like that. It was almost like watching a scary movie with them eyes. Oh yeah.
We're in a scary movie right now, right?
Yeah.
What? Let's you and I sing.
We're not allowed to sing happy birthday.
We're not?
That's a copyrighted song. You have to make up a song.
Really?
What?
Yeah, you get if you get caught, you can get well, YouTube would get me, but yeah.
Really?
Yeah. The normal,
La, la,
happy
la,
birthday.
la, la, la.
Yeah.
La, 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 la.
I don't know how I could sing it.
La, 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 Miss Bzzz. La, 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 la. And many more.
Okay. We have to see what this is. The reason I can give you a reason.
Ugh.
Donald Trump is an existential threat to our democracy and our most fundamental freedoms. Remember the chaos, the division, the attacks that took rights and liberties from the American people. We cannot allow that to happen again. Donald Trump is an existential.
I can't stand that woman.
Well,
she
I
had
think
an
they meant
exorcism.
she's the reason. Quite possibly. Oop.
Existential.
Oh, I woke Jack up. Must have been singing. Come here, Jack.
Okay. I have to see what this is now. So many things are popping up on Twitter. I don't know what this is, but we're about ready to find out. Now, I warn you, if you just ate, this could turn your stomach.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I'm gonna peek.
Brace yourself.
I'm peeking.
Oh, indivisibles. I'm here to highlight something that be up at night. And I know this group really understands what I'm about to say.
I like your face with a
I know
bag.
we're all focused on the 2022 midterm elections, and they are incredibly important. But we also have to look ahead, because you know what? Our opponents certainly are. Right-wing extremists already have a plan to literally steal the next presidential election. And they're not making a secret of it. The right-wing controlled Supreme Court may be poised to rule on giving state legislatures, yes, you heard me that correctly, state legislatures the power to overturn presidential elections. Just think, if that happens, the 2024 presidential election could be decided not by the popular vote or even by the anachronistic electoral college, but by state legislatures.
Yeah.
Many of them Republican
She
controlled.
looks like the Sith Master.
But there's also good news in the face of this very real threat to democracy. Indivisible has launched.
Again, I like the. I'm gonna stop. The
Existential
stealing,
threat.
yeah. Why they keep saying that when they did it? Harris is running for president when she didn't get a vote. Just you pass everybody else up. And the thing is, nobody on her side is saying anything. You know, the Democrats, nobody's saying anything like, "Hey, I wanted to run against him." No, it's every one of them are hush.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Man.
there's
So,
a nice video of the Cowboys getting their
Butt whooped.
yeah.
hey, I like that any day of the week.
Go ahead, play it.
I
Hey,
can't play
I said it.
NFL stuff.
After the way the Saints won at home, I know they was playing against the Panthers, which didn't mean much. But I said, well, they got a little bit more motivation to play for because they're hosting the Super Bowl this year,
Oh
which
yeah.
is a hard enough feat to do, but it's happened the last couple of years. The Chargers, the Rams did it. The Tampa Bay did it. So they got a shot.
Oh yeah. Especially if they play like that. The defense was on point.
It's a long
Well,
season.
you got an overpaid quarterback in Dallas that throws interceptions all the time, so that doesn't help either.
Oh, he was majorly pressured all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, he's getting paid that money because
So the O line didn't show up because I didn't watch the game, but
they couldn't stop him.
Yeah, defense was on the ball.
I mean, anything the Cowboys tried to do productively, they were shutting them down.
yeah.
I don't want to hear that because they
Oh heck yeah, go
they
Bucks.
beat the Lions.
Baker's fitting in real well
Yep.
down here.
I had that sucked to mess my pick'ems up because I had the Lions to win it too.
Yeah.
Well, Goff won the last 3 games against Baker, so it was Baker's turn.
It's tough to win them all.
Yep.
Tua.
Yeah.
You hear his comments when he was headed to the locker room?
No.
I need to get out of here. They're going to kill me.
Well,
yeah, he was hurt pretty bad.
He's not talking about the other team. He's talking about the Dolphins.
Right. Because that's like what, the 3rd time he's done that?
That we know of, yeah.
Yeah. First of all, a quarterback doesn't slide head first. You slide on your butt.
Yeah.
Even his days at Alabama, he took some pretty big hits then.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that's what a lot of people are talking, and they're worried about the guy because it's happened multiple times.
Like him as an athlete, but you don't want to end up, something bad happening to you.
Yep.
Yeah, because what you get 5, if you're lucky, 10 years playing.
Oh yeah,
that's
if you're top notch.
A very little bit of football compared to your whole life, the rest of your life.
Yeah. Shoot. I love it. I'd pitch a 10 outside the stadium if they let me. Just make sure the check clears. I'm here, boys. Well, dang, I was just about to say the Falcons drew first blood, and then right when I was fixing to say that, Philadelphia scored a touchdown.
Oh boy.
I do not like Philly.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate you appreciating me.
It's the Bird Bowl. It's the Monday Night Bird Bowl. Yeah. It was a
Yeah,
rough one.
that's what I got a kick out of yesterday. That when the first reports come out, CNN tried to to spin it, saying that it was um, an altercation that happened outside of the golf course.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with Trump. And then not even a half an hour later, we find out all this other stuff that popped up. And that's what I mean. It's like every little bit we're going to hear more and more of this stuff, and then we're not going to hear anything like the other one. It'll be little tidbits that certain news companies get a hold of.
Mm-hmm.
We spoke of the three letter agencies. Then you showed the guy up there speaking in there in all black. It's almost like there is real life Men in Black. These type of things happen, and then boom,
Yeah.
what do they hit you with? A news flash. You forget about the other thing, just like in the movie when they hit you with the flash, they hit you with another news flash. Boom. Okay. And yeah, especially during an election year, there's a lot of news flashes.
Yeah. Oh, I was listening to the radio earlier, and I remember not too long ago, the flu juice. We'll put it at that. That they said at a certain age, when you get older, you should have one. Um, there's a lot of people said they're not getting any anymore. They're not doing it. Even the older folks. With what has happened with the other one,
Mm-hmm.
they're afraid what they're getting is not for the flu. And this is all assumptions. YouTube. I'm just what I heard on the radio. um, they're talking like 76% less than previous years are not getting the flu juice.
Can't blame them.
And now the government is, or the health agencies are worried that there's going to be an epidemic of certain flus now because it's going to run rampant on the world because nobody wants to get the flu juice. And I thought, maybe if we just do this for a few years, the flu won't be that big of a deal anymore because we'll created a immunity to it. I seem to remember back in right when the first juice was coming out, saying if you got it, you were protected and everything. To find out, the most people who got it were the people who took the juice.
Yeah.
And the people who didn't were the ones that were less sick. Makes you wonder.
They used to. There was a home remedy for people that got the Jabberwocky. It was like nettles, and it was like boiling stuff up and making like a brew, different herbs and stuff. And that's probably been scrubbed too from the tube, but
Oh yeah, your medical stuff is bad to talk about. Because well, so there's another YouTube collaboration that people wanted me to get into, and I said I can't talk about any of that stuff. I could make a tincture and stuff, but I would get in trouble, and it would probably bleed off onto everybody else. So I didn't do the collaboration. And I was thinking about doing teas because I think I can get away with doing teas, and because it's tea, it's a drink.
It's universal.
Yeah, so I don't know, but how many boosters are out there right now? Is it up to 6 or higher?
Oh, we're talking 4 years in, so ain't no telling how many.
Different types you're talking about?
Well, of the first one.
Oh.
Because you remember it was 2. You had to get one, and then 30 days later or something, you get another one, and then we need a booster.
Yeah, so you
When
you might be 7 or 8 in for some.
Yeah, when this first happened, I heard 30 to 40% was just a placebo, and then the very first.
Yeah, the testing one.
You're right, seeing what.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's any truth to that, but
yeah, the lucky ones got a sugar dose.
But even to that level, even it still does something to you psychologically, though.
Oh yeah.
In the long run.
Yeah.
It's that not knowing.
Yeah, it's the worrying and
And there's still people worried about that did take it, about the things found in your blood and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you wonder.
Boy, they tried like hell trying to get my folks to take it. I said,
Oh, I bet.
No. You're not getting anywhere near them with a needle.
I think my grandparents ain't here, but I'm glad they didn't have to go through that mess.
I've had that 3 times now. The the flu. The special flu.
I had to 2020, and then I had it when I was in the hospital, because I was in the COVID ward. Oops. Well, I was in the COVID ward because they couldn't figure out if I was contagious or not, so that's where they stuck me. And it was filled. The whole floor was filled. And that was last year.
I asked my sister about it. Did she see any uptakes? But she didn't really have much input. She just really works where they deliver babies. She's doing pretty good. She likes her job. I think she says she's delivered almost 30-something babies already.
Oh, wow.
Most of them, is just assisted, but I think there was 2 of them she did on her own or kind of took the lead of.
Yeah, how many people like watching piñatas being broke open?
Oh, yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, how many people jumped in chat? Did anybody jump? I liked like the guy. He's laughing at him, and then whap. And nobody was hurt in this YouTube. It was just a joke. Crazy, you jumped.
Kind of figured something like that was coming.
Yeah, there's that one where they're hitting the baseball and it flopped back.
Yeah, yeah.
They showed somebody watching it, and they flew back so much they flew out of their seat and rolled down a hill.
It was one. There's one where you're watching something and it's just so calm, and all of a sudden, boom, something scary jumps at you. Now that one got me one time. It's like you're just watching a kitten video, and all of a sudden, boom, a demon just pops up.
Yeah, you remember there used to be a game where you would follow this maze and go through, and you'd make it for the first one, and the other one was a little bit trickier. And right when you get to a certain spot,
yeah,
the demon jump out and scare the crap out of you. I did that to my kids. Oh man. And there was the one where these people are driving through this mountainside, and it's very calming music, and all of a sudden,
yeah,
I put that on TV. Oh man.
yeah, because you're so calm and relaxed, you don't expect it to happen.
Yeah. I wonder if they have a Hillary pinata head. That'd be.
Well,
I think I'd go to a birthday party.
there is a game called Pin the Tail on the Donkey, if that's
Right?
any reference. That is a game.
All right.
I wonder if people still play that game. Like, who requests to have Pin the Tail on the Donkey?
I don't even know if you can buy it. Can you? I don't know.
Oh, no.
Just take a thumbtack and a ribbon and find someone.
Might have got rid of that one.
Okay. A funny time.
Uh-oh.
I'm assuming this is a funny because he's got the little poppers.
Oh yeah, the little
Pop
poppers,
rocks or whatever they're called.
Little nitros.
Big bald head.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
He had a hard head.
Yeah. And they were probably not up to no good, being what they were wearing and stuff. They were probably heading through tunnels to get somewhere. And two big old pops.
Oh, that's the last thing you want, doing something like that.
Yeah. Oh, my when I discovered the cigarette loads,
Oh, I love them.
my uncle, oh man,
Yeah.
I put one in a certain spot to where he would pick it, and then I hit his lighter, and he couldn't find this lighter, so he got one over to the gas stove, click 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 click, and it lit, and then he had the cigarette down there, and kaboom!
Right.
Oh man. He didn't talk to me for a week.
Those are those little like toothpicks that are soaked in nitro.
Yeah.
We talk about. We used to get people in high school with them, and I'd put them in the end of a cigarette, and then I'd take a straight pin and I'd push it way in. So after the first 30 seconds, they figured they're okay.
Yeah.
Next thing, bang!
Yeah. I used to put it, I used to cheat and go through the side of the cigarette and put it in there. And then he caught on to that and said, "Oh, I got you this time."
Yeah.
And he would throw the cigarette away. So I used to get a paper clip and shove it way down in there. And my dad was a cigar smoker, so
Oh, you
I
can get
I
them
had
way in
to
there.
I had to, and one didn't work. It would go. So I thought, well, maybe if I put like 3 or 4 in the
Yeah,
same,
at least.
and I shoved them down, and it blew to where he looked at me and his cigar was all spread out like this, and his nose had soot on it because it was too much. And it just incinerated that cigar. It just split it like this. Yeah.
That's when life was fun.
I used to get all those gag things from like the
Whoopee cushions and
Chalk
all that.
lighter.
the bubble gum.
Oh yeah.
There's a shock one and there's the one where the thing comes and smacks you on
Yeah,
top
the
of it.
trapper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the gum that would change your teeth like black.
Yeah, the ink one.
I had some of
Oh,
that. Yeah, I had it.
yeah.
I don't even remember where I got it from. We went on a trip somewhere and they had it. I said, of course I got to get this.
You want to get people to stop asking you for gum, if you have gum.
Oh yeah.
Use that stuff enough times. Nobody asks you for gum anymore.
That was the worst thing in school. You pull out a pack of gum and, dude, I've never seen you even chew a piece of gum. Why are you asking me for gum? You just, everybody, yeah. Get a piece of gum. There you go. Special recipe just for you, buddy.
Yeah. You don't see much of that stuff anymore.
Oh, the nitro sticks?
Well, any of the little gag things.
Like, we
Whoopee
used to get those
cushions
stink
stuff.
bombs, those little tiny capsules.
Yeah.
Oh man, those things were potent.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, Jim. Good to see you. I bet you've been busy up there. Hopefully you got more rain than we did in Ohio here. Yeah, now they have the little sound things that fart, so you don't need a whoopee cushion anymore. Little sound effects and stuff. Another good one was the sound thing on a cell phone would sound like buzzers cutting your hair. You go
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah. You can still get somebody with that one. That's still a good one.
Yeah. But yeah, you don't see. There's still some people that do the gag thing. I remember. What is his name? Smile More guy. Can't remember his name. I have to look at his channel here. I'm still subscribed to him on my gaming channel. Let me see if I can find him. Dang it.
Go around and start pranking people. I don't know if they let me do it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard nowadays to get away with a lot of stuff that they used to do.
Or like the little the ring you could wear, and then when you shake somebody's hand, it will give a little shock.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't think you could do that anymore neither.
Oh, that's it. Roman Atwood, which, well, I used to know where he lived at. Oh, yeah. See, Mitch got it. Yeah. And I used to know where he lived. There's a whole, if you know his story and everything with the ex-wife and stuff, FBI was involved in that a few years ago. Yeah, it was a doozy. Hey Jim, I sent you a link if you want to jump up here.
Night Harvest, Mary.
Yeah, my daughter got mad at me because I had opportunity to play a video game with him and his son at the time, and I was busy doing other stuff, but which would have probably drove my channel way up. But she was, "Are you crazy? You know who that is?" I said, "Yeah." Yeah, I don't, not sure where they live now. I don't think it's the same area, same place, because everybody knew where they lived after a while. And that's here in Ohio too. They own a laundromat of all things. But like I said, he used to do a lot of the pranks and stuff until it started getting too dangerous, and bail money cost more than they got off of YouTube, and YouTube changed a lot, so they couldn't do a lot of the stuff they used to do. And Vitali, I think his name was, Russian guy. Oh, every April Fools he would prank his mother, and yeah.
It's just me. I'd have to prank somebody I know because I don't want to get punched in the mouth or go to jail. Just never know.
Yeah. Yeah, I still want to know what's up with that globe in
What
Vegas
globe?
that I played this morning. It has messages on it that flashes extremely fast. You have to
What was
slow it way down to see what the words say.
the one in Vegas?
Yeah.
You know that's where they had the UFC fight there this weekend.
Yeah.
Inside there.
What's his name lost too, didn't he?
Yep, Sugar.
Yep. I was kind of glad to see him actually lose one.
He's getting real eccentric. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he didn't look like himself in that. He looked like he was way off. And I'm not saying the other guy did a great job or anything like that, but it just seemed
He hit him with definitely a lot more strikes.
Yeah.
Takedowns. What's it called? What's the flower necklace like they wear in Hawaii? What's that called? Alea?
Lay. Yeah.
I seen a video with the guy that won. He was walking to the back and a fan threw him down one. And he got back in the back and he realized it was made out of money. It was like 20s and all type of money on there. And his coach told him, "Hey, that must have been somebody that bet big on you."
The good thing it wasn't poison ivy.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, what's up? Long time no see.
Yeah.
Hey, have you gotten any rain in Ohio?
No.
We were supposed to get 2 inches of rain the next 2 days. Now they called it off.
They don't even bother saying we're going to get rain now.
It's pathetic.
Yeah.
They were saying this was going to be the worst hurricane season ever. Where?
Yeah. And it's sad that we have to want a hurricane just so the rest of the country gets rain.
I know. When we had 3 inches of rain over 3 days from Debbie, I thought the drought was over. I tried tilling soil. 2 days later, it was still dry.
Yeah.
That's how bad this drought is. How's Grace doing from New York?
In the last 3 months, I had to pay $30 more a month for my water because I live in a city. So water, and I couldn't keep up with it, even watering twice a day.
Today I actually did chainsaw work. I've been watering trees since July. I'm sick of it. And it's not the same.
Yeah, I've got spots where I walk and stuff that is the grass is gone. It's dirt. And that's why I said it reminds me of living in Arizona. You get, because out there you flood your yards. There's almost like a lip around your yard and it gets flooded. They call it irrigation, but it's flooded. And it sits there overnight, and that's how you get green grass in Arizona. But there's times when you're not allowed to do that. And when that happens, the grass dies, and then you get like a dust at the bottom of it, and there's no there. Eventually the grass is completely gone.
Yeah, then if you get a heavy rain, the soil can wash. Yeah. There's a guy that's been predicting this. I don't know if you ever watched Pastor Paul Begley. He has a guest, Mike from Around the World. He was saying this is going on all over the world. He said there's areas of the Sahara Desert that have become, the grass is growing now.
Oh, in the desert? Huh.
In the desert. And then there's areas where, figure, look what happened in California. It won't stop raining. And now you got areas where it just won't rain, like where we are.
Mm-hmm.
It's been the same here on Georgia where I live. We've had maybe one good day of rain each month, maybe this summer.
Wildlife, did you get any of the rain that's supposed to be coming to my area that's going to fizzle out?
Shoot, no. We got just enough to keep the dust down. That was about it.
Because some areas of the Carolinas are getting half a foot, they said already.
Yeah. North and south of me got it, but my area, not so much.
Well, this isn't good for anybody growing corn or soybeans at all in my area.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not good for the deer either.
No, it ain't.
Because there's all the water, like we have the Skippack Creek. If they're going to go to the creek and get water, it's all stagnant. And they're more likely to come down with midge disease. Yeah, I saw that, Grace. Areas in India got flooded where they don't get much rain.
Yeah. I just showed the Venice where it's flooding there.
What, in California, or you mean Italy?
Yeah.
Look what's going on over in Greece, wildfires. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to make it because I was out here trying to find deer, and they're waiting until awfully late to come out.
This is a storm you're hoping for right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that Harvest is probably getting right now.
Yep.
The weather people are wrong all the time.
Oh yeah, a lot nowadays.
They were saying our area was going to get the most, and now they're saying it's going to be along the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
when they first showed it, it was going to come straight up here, and now I don't know what it's doing because it kind of looks like it's curling around.
Well, the high pressure north of us is probably blocking it. And you figure there's areas that are, the way the weather's been, either people are above normal rainfall or they're way below normal rainfall.
See if we get that. Yeah, see, it's going this way. So that's going to push that down. Yeah, see, it's pushing it down. So, what? You might actually get some rain if it keeps going that direction.
At least it's cooled off here. It's probably cool where you are too, right, Bushcraft?
Right now, yeah, it dropped to 60,
Oh, yeah.
67.
We've had nights where it got down to 48, 47 degrees.
Yeah, we had 2 days of that, and then it went back up in the 90s every day.
Hey, Carol Z, Pat Evans, Mitch Denner.
This is the coolest it's been at 10 o'clock since probably March. It's like 69 right now. Feels pretty good.
Well, it's getting more humid here because of the storm, but I have my doubts that we're going to get anything.
Carol Z, was that an earthquake or was that the explosion? Because they had a gas explosion down there in Texas somewhere.
San Antonio.
Was it San Antonio? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the explosion on a mountain in Washington State? And people are saying, okay, you don't have an earthquake on top of a mountain. There was, I think it was a 2.5 or 2.7 last week.
What?
People on Washington State, people are saying they think it was a Russian missile that hit a mountain, and Russia was sending a warning to Joe.
Haven't you ever heard of those things called volcanoes?
People saw a flash, and it went right over a military base.
Oh, I don't. I don't think.
Nah, that's a stretch for me. They've got the early warning system we have is up in Canada. Would have picked that up.
Yeah.
Not if it's going real close. And look what's going on in Israel. They're using missiles from Yemen that they can't even shoot down.
Yeah, they shot it down. The ballistic missiles.
Yeah.
It was debris from it. They shot it down.
Because I saw that I think 2 million people went to shelters and because they were aiming at Tel Aviv, unfortunately.
Yeah. The debris did hit the big apartment or motel or apartment complex.
I mean, I feel bad for those people. Imagine living like that where you have to, go to a shelter. Then you're worried, like, is your house going to be blown away?
Yeah, that's what I was showing. They have little shelters on street corners, depending on where it's at. Because some places they have them in the bottom of buildings and stuff. But they reinforce the stairways. That's where you go in the big buildings. You go in the stairways because they're reinforced. That's their bomb shelters. I forget what the word they use, but because I showed a video of it this morning on the morning live
on your morning news. Yeah, I don't get a chance to watch that with having to get work done out here.
Yeah. I can imagine you probably get out there pretty early to get.
Well, you might get
out of the heat.
Well, I check in with my wife and see what the stock market's doing. It's actually because I'm up so late. I haven't been starting till about 10 o'clock in the morning. Actually, last night I gave another deer away. It was just a small doe. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And we got a new roof put on the house, and people think I'm crazy. We got a blue-colored roof. Okay, if something happens, Owens Corning, that Harbor Blue, just in case there would be a repeat of something here, like what happened in Hawaii.
Yeah, I've noticed. There's a farm down the road, and their roof wasn't that old, and they changed it for a blue roof, and I found that really interesting.
Well, the thing is, these roofs, the material is a little better. When we built this house in 2002, the roof was supposed to last 25 years. It was okay, but I thought it's better to get the thing replaced than wait for it to leak. Because I was shocked that we didn't have to replace any of the plywood. Look how expensive wood has gotten to be.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm sick of? Bushcraft. All these commercials on TV, you probably see them about price gouging. I was thinking of doing a video, but I just haven't had the time. I've been looking at these grocery stores aren't even making much money. I was looking up profit margins. Actually, Acme has a higher profit margin than Giant. It's 8 to 10%. Giants is like 4%. Walmart's used to be 24. They're down to like 22 or 23. I don't see any of this price gouging at all going on. They want to blame all the corporations. If she gets in office and raises corporate taxes, they're just going to pass that on to us. And actually, Trump has the right idea. If Trump would lower corporate taxes, it would help us compete with all this stuff coming in here from China. If he would lower corporate taxes to 15 or 10% and put tariffs on everything, a lot of people don't realize one of the main reasons the whole Civil War got started was tariffs, because the North was putting tariffs on all the exports of cotton and tobacco that were going to France and England.
Yeah.
Because people look at tariffs and they don't look at it both ways. And I'm sick of these commercials where they're saying, oh, Trump's going to have a national sales tax and it's going to cost us $3,800 more a year. We figure it's costing us about $1,000 to $1,200 a month more for everything. I mean, we see it just for everything. Beer's gone up, food's gone up, pipe tobacco's gone up, dog food has doubled in price. Canned food in the last 3 years. Used to get a 22-ounce can of canned dog food for $1.29. Now it's $2.19.
Yeah, it's. I remember the cat food that I get for a 15-pound bag was under $10. It's like $18 now.
Yeah, 45-pound bag of 4Health used to be like $44. Now it's $57.99. And you figure some of these, and that's a good food. Some of the, even the corn, like the Purina dog food that's basically corn, used to be able, I wouldn't give that to my dog, but it's like, just looking at Tractor Supply and Walmart, the price of that is just doubled.
V, you covered your roof in mirrors? Boy, I bet you the drones love your place.
It's a good idea. I might
The
have to write that
sun
down.
beaming back at them.
Oh, the other night I thought it was a UFO. It's because of the property that borders us on one side where it's like a resort where they have venues. I see this thing in the sky and I shone my Stinger spotlight on it because I heard a sound and then I saw it go back. It was a drone. Is it legal for people to be flying drones over somebody's property in the dark?
Depending on your laws of your state, because they have a distance where they have to keep from. Most it's 500 feet. If they go below the 500, then target practice.
Yeah.
This was closer than that, and this was probably it was over my property, and it was probably 150 feet off the ground, I'd say.
Oh yeah, that's
check with your local county.
Yeah.
Most of them is at least over. You got to be at least a couple hundred feet or stuff.
Yeah, there was a farmer that they used the drones to spray, and one of the drones went over onto a farm and sprayed over his cows, and he shot it down, which is, you would think, would be common sense. He ended up getting in trouble.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Plus, a number of years ago, we had a family. They wanted to try the drone out here. This is like 4 or 5 years ago, and they were telling me, because we're less than 10 miles, we're like at the 10-mile line for Limerick Nuclear Power Plant. You're not allowed to go up too high within the 10-mile area with any drone.
Oh yeah, if you can't go too high, there's a distance up that they can't go to because of airplanes.
Yeah, because they said it has to do with the nuclear power plant. They're probably afraid somebody's going to be like using a drone to
Drop
take
something in there. Yeah.
or take like video or pictures of the layout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that's not nice. Plus, I know in Pennsylvania, hunters got in trouble with it. You can't use a drone to locate deer for hunting.
Oh yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
People were doing that in this state.
Yeah, actually that's the state I heard too. It was in Pennsylvania.
Huh.
Are you?
Oh, look at this. You know the live that we were listening to Trump.
Yeah.
It's in the news now.
Mm.
Are there any Haitians close to you? I don't know how close you are to Springfield.
No.
You know what part of that is too? They sacrifice the main religion in Haiti is voodoo, and they
Yeah.
sacrifice all kinds of animals. I think
Oh,
everybody knows, and I consider that not a nice religion. Trump passed a law that you can't eat cats or dogs.
Mm.
There was a bill he signed before he was out during his last term to make that illegal, a federal crime.
Hope I don't get that hungry.
Yeah, if you want to eat a cat, go to the country where they allow it.
I would like to see one of these people eat a live deer.
Don't give them any ideas.
You wouldn't be able to do it.
Now, that would be a good show. I think the deer would make it.
I think the deer would get away, even if they lassoed it.
Yeah, let me listen to this real quick.
Well, if you're trying to lasso a deer, you're just asking for trouble. You know?
Those deer, they've killed people's pets, dogs, with their back legs kicking them.
Oh, man. Well,
It's
let them run
illegal.
across a moose.
Well, there's actually, my wife saw the deer, one deer I'm trying to get, I think Saturday or Friday morning. It looked like a moose that was so big. It had to be about 250 pounds with a huge rack on it. It waits till the middle of the night to come out.
We don't have a lot of real big deer down here anymore. There's some, but it's just there's a lot of deer. They're just smaller.
Most of them get it because I was on the phone with my game warden last night to get the permit number for this guy I gave it to. Most of these deer don't make it to 2 years old. They become roadkill. Unless people are hunting every year because of the liberal mindset, and I know the Game Commission is hoping people like me help reduce the population, and we can only do so much.
And I know, of course, it's state to state, but I know there's certain properties here. At certain times of the season, it might not even be hunting season. They'll bring in people. Hunters can just come out there and just help thin some out, or there might be a hog problem. You know.
In some ways, I'd rather have a boar problem because their taste. I'd rather have something that tastes like pork than venison. And the big problem I have with life is that they have become so nocturnal. The best time to get a deer here, and hunters can't do it, is like 11, 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
3, 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can smell when there's a buck out here. These buck rub their antlers on a tree, then they pee on the tree, then they rub their antlers again. You can smell when a buck has been out here easily. It stinks. Another thing I've been doing late in the evenings after I get a shower, one day I noticed, okay, we get the YouTube app now with Verizon TV service. I've been watching YouTube on the TV, not the computer.
Yeah. Roku has it. They have YouTube TV and regular YouTube.
Because it's just the regular YouTube. It's not worth paying for the YouTube TV just to not get the commercials. I've been watching, classic rock videos.
Here we go. See what we got here.
We all know that was
So
a joke.
there's an inevitable sit down with protectees across the Secret Service spectrum about open air events. This is going to happen. I guarantee you. The question I can't answer right now is whether each protectee is going to go with the program. In other words, will Donald Trump, if encouraged by the Secret Service to stop golfing or to change golf courses or do something, that's far more protected, will he abide by that? I think in these remaining weeks, I would take the advice of security professionals, whatever they say, but we're already living in a society where our nominees, our vice presidential nominees, are speaking from behind bullet-resistant glass at open-air rallies. How far can this go? How far can we fund, if at all, the Secret Service to put numerous drones up to see an aerial shot of golf courses, concerts, rallies?
They had a drone.
Is this going to become the norm? Where is the perimeter? Because the more you move a perimeter out, we're already hearing that this shooter was on the fence line or behind the fence line of the golf course. Where do you put your perimeter? How many agents, how many police officers will you need? Do you need an entire square acre? Do you need miles of perimeter? These are questions that almost can't be answered because they're cost prohibitive and resource prohibitive.
Frank Figliuzzi, thank you very much for being with us this evening.
Well, the fact that you have media filming him in the first place, and there's talk that this guy was sitting there for 12 hours, even though this was like a split decision within an hour that, let's go play 9 holes type of thing, where nobody knew where he was at. So there is so much stuff going on that we don't know about.
I wonder if there was someone else, a high profile, that could have been playing golf there as well.
They closed it.
Okay.
And that might have been a trigger right there,
Yeah.
But it's not like they advertise, they don't go to the news and say, we're closing Trump's golf course.
No, we got to clean the carpets.
4 hours. Yeah. The fact that he was there in the first place means a lot.
You figure that's his home, where that golf course is.
Yeah. It's down the road from. It's in the same city.
Wonder how many acres that whole facility is.
I don't know. I think they said that he was on the 5th and the shooter was on the 6th, or view of the 6th, I guess.
And that shooter, nobody in their right mind would try to take a shot with an AK-47. I'd rather have, if somebody was going to do something like that, the new weapons, you'd rather have a bolt action like a 270, a 308. AK-47s are not accurate at all.
Oh yeah, especially any distance. I mean, there are some that that are real good with it, but still, there's a lot of other guns out there that are so much easier.
Just an M1 carbine with a 10-round clip with a properly sighted telescopic scope. I shouldn't give anybody any ideas.
There you go. This is, see if I can make it. Well, that's about as large as it gets. Why is it so small on there? That's weird. Anyway, this is the golf course itself. And like I said, if you can see down here, that's where Trump was golfing, and he was back here behind the 6th.
Yeah, I remember reading about that, Grace.
And where was that other picture at? But yeah, that's a pretty good size. Thought there was another picture there. That's weird. Oh, yeah. This is the down here. That's how close he is. Just past I-95.
Yeah, and I didn't know because I've never been to Florida. They were showing signs for Route 1 because Route 1 parallels 95. Because actually, if anybody, when I used to go to when my grandmother lived in Virginia, Richmond, and cousins, we would get on Route 1 for a little to avoid, even though it was only like 2-lane highway, just to avoid the traffic of I-95. Unfortunately, I hope they don't try it again, or do it to us, or try knocking off one of his kids.
Oh yeah, he's not talking anymore. Trump isn't.
And you figure if she's leading so much in the polls, why would they even attempt to do this?
Yeah.
I think it's showing about 300 acres.
300 acres? Okay.
That's how big that facility is, yeah. But it's a nice one.
Yeah, if they were successful, we'd be ruined. There, we have a chance while he's still breathing. And it pisses me off that, okay, on one hand, I wish Trump would do another debate. Then on the other hand, I understand why. I told my wife that was going to be a shit show on ABC. And Kamala is a coward. She won't do it on Fox News.
Oh, you know what he did cancel though?
She canceled the one for Fox News.
No. You know what was canceled because of this attempt? He was supposed to have
they were going to do one in Arizona, I thought.
It was Talk to the Hawk Tui girl. That's what it says.
Have you seen all this?
Trump cancels on Talk to a podcast due to assassination attempt.
Have you heard all this trash talk
been a good one.
Him and Laura Loomer?
Nah.
I don't know. Name sounds familiar.
I found it on the other channel like YouTube that sounds like Tumble.
Oh.
And it's unfortunate I've noticed, unfortunately, there's more live liberal channels where, God, it is just pathetic what they're saying on YouTube.
Yeah, I'd show this. Ah.
Oh, man. What the heck is even that?
You can't unsee it, what?
It's like almost like the evolution of Gary Busey.
He used to be okay. Then he went kind of...
Man, who is this person? What is their status?
The one on the left is Walls' wife.
Okay.
I don't know if that is still her in the middle or not. I don't know.
His wife reminds me of Hillary.
Oh,
Oh, I thought the one on the left transitioned eventually to the one on the right.
it might be a disguise. I don't know.
I don't know who the one on the right is.
They have the same nose.
That's the shooter or attempted shooter.
I've seen different pictures of him.
Yeah, the nose and the eyes look very similar.
Yeah. Oof.
They all look deranged.
Coincidence? Maybe.
Eric, did you know who the one in the middle was? Looks like the one on the left, though.
I don't know who she's supposed to be.
I have no interest in golf or the climb. I mean, I understand a lot of people have fun doing it, but it's like, it's to me, it would be boring just to watch.
Oh yeah, well, I used to play, but I can't watch it. Maybe a long range driving contest, but not the whole game. And people stand out there for hours waiting at a certain hole for them to show up. I mean, oh no.
I will watch the Masters when they have it on the course because it's here locally. I got the chance to go out there. It's a beautiful course, but it's about as far as it goes for me.
And you know what groups hate that being called the Masters because they because what that kind of means.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, nobody could ever be a master of their craft because that'd be offensive. You know? It's always something that could be something, you know? Imaginary disagreements. I don't know what they could change it to.
I would love to know when the guy that wanted to shoot Trump, I'd love to know when they're going to tell us what he had to say.
Well, if they even do, because
you'll never hear that directly from him.
There we go. You ready for this?
Probably not.
Okay. An industrial sized can of cranberry sauce right off the Cisco truck. Cisco, by the way, is a food service provider, not the guy who's saying.
Oh, what is that? Oh, Little Smokies.
Little Smokies, the wettest one she could find too, apparently. Onion soup mix, 4 packets. Is that going to be enough? That looks like dirt.
Right on top of the
Yeah, right on top.
Now I've got my fresh roots.
Oh, actual dirt. That's good.
Sprigs directly into my
Directly in there. You want to make sure you get some terra firma directly in there as well. There you go. Yeah, there it is. That's good.
Spread it out a little bit more.
Spread it out a little bit more. Why not? Live a little.
That's a lot.
And that was my 6-pound
Yeah. Barrel?
of OceanGate
Yeah.
jelly
10 pounds.
All right, we've just got one more ingredient.
One more ingredient.
Boxes of beef broth.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That sounds like the first piss after a night of drinking.
What is she trying to make?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, there's another ingredient. And it's not even
Little bacon bits.
Oh, man.
For some flavor and some texture, obviously.
That's all chemicals.
Look at that fucking thing jiggle, huh?
Alrighty, I had this in the oven for 1
Alrighty.
hour.
That looks
And what I'm going to
terrible.
start doing now is breaking
It's
up
all
my
soupy.
jelly.
Oh, my God.
Now, if you wanted this to be a little bit of a thicker sauce, you could always
I'm going to tell you right now, if I invite you to the cookout and you bring this, you will not be invited to the next one. And I'm just putting that out there.
cranberry sauce.
They're floating. They're like turds floating.
Smells amazing. I wish you could smell this.
I
Just
don't.
put you on chip duty. Just bring chips.
There's just that Lipton onion soup mix mixed with this jerky and our little
Grace,
I'm mesmerized by the movement of this. Is it a soup? Is it like, what the fuck is going on here? You need
Yeah,
a
I'm getting the meat sweat. The bad meat sweat.
Ladle.
fresh.
Oh,
Fresh
man.
meat oven. Look at that.
Delicious, festive appetizer. It's perfect with our sports
Yeah,
seasons coming
this
up.
Sports seasons. Go local sports organization.
This one, because I guarantee you everyone's
She's
gonna
eating it
love
with a fork too. This is a 0.375 out of 10. Obviously trying.
Yeah. Oh, I hope she wasn't being serious. I hope she was being like, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh man.
Mm.
Ugh.
That was entirely way too much cranberry sauce. I don't think I've ever consumed that much cranberry sauce in my life.
The thing is, I figured it would thicken up, you know.
It didn't, yeah.
It was just a bunch of weenies in the
weenie
I
soup.
don't think that would go good with cranberry sauce.
Tablespoons of cornstarch in there, man. God.
Yeah, that's too much tart. It's not really much sweet. It's just tart and fake bacon bits.
Yeah, you know it's imitation ones too.
Yeah, it's chopped up cardboard.
Here he is again.
Man.
Oh boy.
I'd hate to see what she does to mac and cheese.
Okay. What are you making? Ramen noodles. Chicken Alfredo. Chicken, I'm afraid what the result will be. I got tagged in this. It feels like 1,000 times. So, because it's pre-portioned ramen noodles. I might as well.
I've seen
go
this
for the
lady's
second one.
video. She does make some weird stuff sometimes.
You don't even know what I'm doing yet.
You're making chicken Alfredo. You said so. The jar of ragu Alfredo. Only the best. Okay, she seems like the nicest lady in the world too.
Oh, there's 15 grams of protein in that.
Please drain the water. Please drain the water. Please drain the water. That looks like fucking cat food. Smells like fish. Tastes like chicken. Plug your nose and keep on licking.
Like jailhouse tartar.
Correct.
We could just leave it online.
Also true.
I'm gonna make this and we're gonna eat it.
It's better to break those ramen noodles up.
They seem to get along real well, which is nice. Another jar of the Alfredo bukkake.
I really think breaking up the noodles is going to make it better in this case.
That's actually a good tip. Put a little bit of milk. That's way too much. That looked like a fucking cup and a half. But a little bit of milk in your
There's a lot of
Alfredo
sauce.
jar. If you're using jarred Alfredo.
Jarred Alfredo.
She's like, we have McDonald's at home, and then makes them a Big Mac out of fucking sardines and
not the
peanut butter.
seasoning packs.
Oh, that's a lot of cheese.
Mm-hmm.
No, more cheese is better.
Just fucking coat it with 2 inches of cheese. 4 hours? 12 hours? 20 minutes? Who fucking knows? Okay. Oof, look at that, huh?
Not be done.
You better stop right now.
It's just,
What the heck? No,
just looks like a blob of cheese.
no, these noodles are done. Yes.
She sounded like the Costco guys. Though.
That's gross.
Look how creamy this is.
It's just beige on beige on beige on beige on beige.
She should have broken those noodles up. I remember the first time I ever had ramen
I'm now
noodles.
like creamy as an adjective. I did until you said it a couple times, but now I'm just like, Well, she likes it. I guess that's all that matters because I sure as fuck don't. Just make ramen noodles or just make, fettuccine Alfredo.
Beef noodles.
No. Don't do that. 1.5 out of 10. I try it. Okay.
Yeah, those two things shouldn't go together. I agree.
Maybe she should have used tuna instead of chicken. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. when I seen him pour that juice in, or
Yeah.
her put that juice in there, I was like, no.
Too much juice. Whew. Chicken of the sea.
Okay, we want one more of those.
Oh no. What could this one be?
It's
Please
a
don't
dessert.
Oh, please don't be cheesecake.
Yeah, lasagna has to have tomato sauce in it.
Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Darn it. Did I not get, oh, I got the wrong one. Stop sharing. I hate
Diddy
this
was
thing.
arrested again.
There it is. Share. Okay. And I didn't know they had banana Twinkies either. Not that I would get any, but yeah. This is only 2 minutes, so.
Okay.
2 boxes of Twinkies.
2 boxes of Twinkies. You would have had to take the Twinkies out of the box in the plastic, take them out of the plastic, put them back in the box.
Yeah.
That's a cake pan. And then dump them out of the box.
Get a nice rim of Twinkie on there.
Do not say
And
rim.
we're just gonna, like I said, double up on that. So once it's
Double up on your fucking insulin
nice
today.
and smushed.
Too much Twinkie. And I don't even like Twinkies.
We have this strawberry pie filling.
I don't like Twinkies either.
Bottom of this, and I was told
Putting
in the last
that
video
can of
that
strawberry in that Twinkie is an
Oh
L.
no.
pull up on it, so I'm gonna do that.
And then pull the tab. No.
What is he doing?
No, you don't need a fucking
What
can opener, dude. Pull the tab. It's right in the name. It's
I
pull
guess it makes
tab.
it easier to grab with this.
Nope,
because it's already
that's
up.
not how it works.
Oh, I guess it didn't work. So then we go ahead and take this and we go ahead and pop this off.
Again, not
We're gonna set
not
this
how it works.
aside
Also,
for
dudes like
for later. Now we have this
kind of
beautiful
winded,
built
huh?
cheesecake, no bake mix. We're gonna go ahead and open that up.
Oh, cheesecake.
Take this,
What do you take like fingerfuls
half
of
of the tub, plop it down.
Plop it down.
I didn't even know they made that.
Shit it out.
Plop it down.
Oh, okay. Well, you insert whatever other word you want to use for
my gosh.
taking
so now
a
we're gonna take
shit.
the strawberry pie filling we had earlier, and we're gonna go ahead and place this
Okay.
on top.
I would eat this. I know I would eat this. I'm a fucking piece of
Oh God,
shit. I would
look
eat
at
this
this,
100%.
It looks so good. I said, God, smooth that out.
Okay.
Oh, and then we're gonna take some more Twinkies, and we're gonna
More
go ahead and get
Twinkies.
a nice
Come on,
little
man.
peace sign.
There you
That's what
go.
we need right now. Peace.
Huh,
Then
a
we're gonna
cooking
pop this
video with
bad
a
boy into
message.
the fridge for a few hours, and we'll be right back. Okay, 4 hours in the fridge. Look at this, you guys.
Okay.
Now we're just gonna take the mold off. Look at that. Oh my God. does
Take
that
the
look
mold
good or
off. There
what?
would never be
So we're
mold
just gonna cut
on
into
this
it just
because
like
Twinkies
this,
could
and we're gonna
literally
get a
survive a
nice
fucking
American
nuclear
size
winter.
Slice. Wait till you see the inside of this cheesecake. Oh my gosh. Does that
I
look
would
good
eat
or
it.
what? Put
I
it
would
on a
eat
plate
that
and
piece
let's
and
rock and roll.
probably go back for more.
Twinkie, the strawberry, the cheesecake.
All right. It's like a
This is so good.
3 out of 10. I'd try it.
We're gonna start
Yeah,
this.
3 out of 10. I go with that. Just because it was cheesecake. Affiliated.
There's your cheesecake for the day.
Oof.
That'd
Like
be
10
enough
pounds
sugar
of
for a
Twinkies to
month.
make that thing.
Yeah, I know. That's an expensive cheesecake, though.
Sure, no.
And cheesecake or the Twinkies are probably $20 for all them Twinkies.
I think he should have used honey buns. They'd be cheaper, probably tastier.
There you go.
Little Debbie's.
Honey bun cake.
Is the purpose of that guy's channel Bushcraft to show disgusting food? I guess.
It's a chef reaction, so he just reacts to different food. And Grandpa Joe, I don't know if anybody knows who Grandpa Joe is. His daughter makes him food and brings it to him, and he eats it and gives his review on it. He's real famous on TikTok now, but like biscuits and gravy or something like that. Because he's British, so she'll bring him food from like Sloppy Joe's or something, American food.
Yeah.
And he'll eat it and talk about it and how much he likes it or whatnot, which probably 99.9% of the stuff he gets from America he loves.
I like
And
videos like that.
he has custom made bibs that he puts on when he eats and stuff, and he's gotten real famous. But he did a thing on him because he cooked scrambled eggs, and he did a reaction of him cooking eggs and gave him a good reaction.
Like our version of biscuits and English biscuits are two totally different things.
Oh yeah, their biscuits are a cookie.
Yeah.
A very dry, tasteless cookie, if you want.
Well, too many Americans just eat junk that's full of chemicals.
Oh yeah.
And actually, some of the worst food in the world, because my son's been all over the place in his career, is what the German people eat.
Oh, they got really good healthy food that you get out of the grocery stores and stuff.
Yeah, but some of that like white sausage,
Oh, the blood sausage. My son goes out there. He said it's some of the freshest food it's tons better than American food. I mean, when you go to a grocery store, it's all fresh stuff. They said that the chicken is so much better than what we buy in the store. Because what we buy in the store, it's been dipped in bleach.
Yeah, man, that stuff just don't taste right.
Yeah.
you think if it was dipped in bleach, it would help prevent getting COVID?
Well, it's meant to kill the salmonella, but yet people still get it.
Look what happened with Boar's Head. They closed that plant. I think it was in Virginia. I was reading that plant had been
Kentucky, you mean?
was
Or
it
was it in Virginia?
They were cited so many times and never cleaned up their act.
Yeah.
Look how expensive Boar's Head lunch meat is.
I know.
Yeah.
Dang, Boar's Head. Why'd you have to mess it up?
Flash? There's a Diddy news flash.
Boom, news flash.
Did they get him? Let me see if it pops up.
Shoot, no, he's sitting front row champagne at the VMAs.
I don't see nothing. Let me look at another news channel.
I'm sick of hearing about those Emmys. I don't even give a hoot. I'm a local news around here.
I don't know much about it.
Well, it shows you how bored people are if they have to follow all these stars.
Nothing there.
I just hope for a clear night where I can see a few stars.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of fog here late at night, early morning, and I don't know why we're having the fog with the ground being so dry.
Yeah, I'm just seeing it all about the Trump thing.
Just be careful. If you start seeing the mist, you might need to back up.
Actually, I'm surprised the guy's still alive.
Oh yeah. Sitting there for 12 hours. I'm glad that Shogun got a lot of Emmy wins, though. That
Is
was
that on your TV?
it was on Hulu, not
FX.
Hulu.
FX.
Yeah.
Years
Oh.
ago, there was a series on PBS, one of the PBS channels we get, and I don't know if you ever heard of it. It was called Wine Gun A, about the first unified leader of North Korea. Well, actually, of North and South Korea. It really explains a lot of how people look at things over there in Korea. Where you figured Korea used to be like 3 city kingdoms, and the Wine Gun A unified everything, but it was only short-lived.
Yeah, there he is. They got him. Was arrested in Manhattan after grand jury indictment. Boy, he doesn't look too healthy, does he?
Stress, man.
Yeah.
That type of stress. That ain't.
And figures the first place I find it is on X.
Some people like that, they're so poor, all they got is money.
Oh man, that's a real scary. Here, I'm nice. I'll share.
Was he the one that did the Super Bowl show, halftime show last year?
No.
I don't know. I don't remember even what.
I wouldn't even recognize any of his music at all if I heard of Bushcraft.
That was Rihanna, wasn't it?
There was a guy that did a show the last Super Bowl.
Oh no! The guy that did the last Super Bowl was an artist named Usher.
Okay, Usher.
Oh
okay.
yeah.
You probably wouldn't recognize his music, but you probably seen him like on a commercial or something. Maybe at some point, I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
he's more a producer
yeah.
nowadays.
Show me, he's a hype man.
Why isn't Whoopi on here?
Oh man, that lady's coming to town. What's the redhead lady's name?
Oh, that thing in the middle there?
Man, what's her name? Yeah, I seen
Yeah, she got more plastic than what was that one lady that
Kathy Griffin.
yeah, that's her name, Kathy
Look
Griffin.
at her
Yeah.
lips. Is that lipstick or?
that's probably swollen lips from the stuff in her
Augmentation.
Botox.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen when she's coming to town doing a show. I said, man, who the heck booked her?
Speaking of plastic surgery, I read on Telegram that Brett Baer had a lot of plastic surgery done. Man, I think it's pathetic when men do that. I mean, if you were in a car accident and needed to look somewhat normal, one thing, but men getting facelifts.
AB, somebody wants to give you a birthday present. Happy birthday.
Oh.
The tattoos really make it with him.
Oh man, there's a lot going on there.
He's got a lot of cleavage. What?
That's heavage.
It's a
That
shame.
is- I feel bad for anybody who wants to look like that.
Oh, it's a woman.
If it's got an apple, it's got a banana.
That's too much.
I think they're deeply troubled when they do that to themselves.
Oh, it's all for attention. That's all it is. You know. Oh, look at me. I'm gonna be famous. I'll have everybody taking my picture.
What am I going to do with that?
I like the way I look. I'm not going to try to change it. It's all part of getting old. Like Like I never used Rogaine on my head or had a hair transplant. Oh, I saw that one liberal channel that they were going on about how Trump has had numerous hair transplants.
I don't know about that because you would
I don't know
figure it.
either, but it's like, if somebody wants to do it, fine. If somebody wants to change their body, if they want to dye their hair blonde, I don't give a hoot. But when people are trying to disfigure themselves for attention, that's pathetic.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I'm a man, and I'm glad my wife's a woman. That's all I can say.
I'm glad too.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
We think our dog was born the right gender.
Yeah, I hope he spills the beans and doesn't get a deal. I mean, I hope he just has so much dirtiness to spread around where there's a lot of indictments.
I mean,
you know it won't be. It'll be one of those I can't even say his name, but mysteriously doesn't make
Mr.
it out
E.
of jail.
Yeah. I mean, even a person of his status, I really don't see him being like a top ringleader of anything. You know, there's definitely a lot of people that play with stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, they all got dirt on each other. They're all afraid to talk. And who would want to admit that they're guilty of this kind of stuff? The embarrassment.
You got to set yourself free of that burden.
No, yeah, here Sky Fox was breaking it.
Uh-oh.
Here, let's.
That's out of it.
What they say.
Where is that out of it? Australia?
Sky, I think, is
Australia, Sky News.
Yeah.
I always like listening to them. I like their accents.
On scene here that we're getting this information from. We were actually the first ones here with about 30 different law enforcement vehicles at least. There are 3 Bearcats on scene here. This just all unfolded, Sandra, I would say, less than 10 minutes ago. We got here even before the crime scene tape came up. So we're just down the hill. If you look up the street where Tony is right now to the right, you'll see one of those Bearcats, and law enforcement on the other side of those bushes basically is that home that is registered to Bad Boy Films, which is part of Bad Boy Entertainment. And the home in particular is registered not only to Bad Boy Films, but to one of P. Diddy's daughters.
They are heavily armed, and they've been very tactful, would probably be the best word to use, as they made entry into this home this afternoon. We actually watched them as they made their way through one of these side gates, and as soon as they got inside the home, one of the first things they did was made their way into this garage that you see is open right there. Now, they did take a couple of people into custody. We witnessed that. Now, are they under arrest? Are they just being asked about what they know? That I can't answer, but I can tell you there's 3 people right there that were taken into custody, were inside that home at the time of the raid.
We did see a bunch of investigators going in,
Yeah, it's a massive house.
hearing that as well. So they're going to do a thorough search as they conduct this raid. And so far, Stu, from what I understand and from Haley on the ground there, they have not seen, and we have not seen from our vantage point, any sign of Sean Combs, the 54-year-old who is believed to be the property owner of this.
Doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. He's in custody.
Yeah, that was months ago. And I can't say tied into person, but yeah, everybody already knows. Well, I think I'm gonna go and call it a night here. Sure, there'll be much more interesting.
Well, I wonder
Interesting
if he
what
was
happened.
expecting to be indicted. I bet he's shocked and can't even believe it that they would indict him.
Well, the thing is, what happened yesterday, that's going to overshadow anything
Yep.
that would be involved with him. I mean, because if you go to the news sites, you don't see anything on him. It's all Trump and that guy. There's nothing about Mr. Diddy guy. But yeah.
No. And these entertainers, they probably just think they're so above everyone's beneath them, and they can't believe that they would be indicted.
Yeah, and that's what I said with the Trump thing. A lot of it might just slide under the table because the news is all focused on Trump.
And I wonder if these tabloid shows are going to be talking about him, much like if it's still in the air, Entertainment Tonight or Inside Edition.
Do they still have those?
I think they do. I don't even know.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they do.
They're
Okay,
still putting them out. Yeah.
I haven't watched those. That's almost like going through the checkout and reading the headlines of
Yeah. The National Enquirer.
Yeah, the National Enquirer and
Yeah.
Star Magazine or whatever it was.
King B.
Ronald Reagan has alien babies. You know, the craziest stories.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Happy birthday to B
Happy
Charmin.
belated birthday to B.
Happy birthday.
Happy
and many
birthday,
more.
lady.
And
Have a good night, guys.
not sure about Wednesday, what we're doing Wednesday, but I'll try to have somebody up for an interview.
Yeah, every night, well, because of having people waiting, like every night I've been out here for like a month, like almost 3 weeks trying to get a deer. Because they don't come in the daytime.
Oh yeah. But we got 101 tomorrow on the 17th of all days.
I was surprised that he had heat stroke. How hot did it get in Michigan?
Not any hotter than it gets in Ohio. We've been in 89, 90 for a whole, like, 3 weeks now, something like that.
He's short and heat rises, so he gets some more of a direct blast than we would get.
Yeah. Other than that, we'll see. Anyway, I'll see you Wednesday morning either way. So for the news, and I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of it. And we will catch you guys later.
Good night, everybody. Watching Bushcraft's channel.
98